What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of The Art of War. And today, I'm excited about my guest today. This man really needs no introduction. He should be considered the '88 Olympic gold medalist from Seoul, Korea. He's a 9-time world champion, 4 different weight classes. He became the first former middleweight champion to become heavyweight champion in the last 106 years. He's a first ballot Hall of Famer. For over 10 years straight, he was the baddest man throwing down. At one point, he was named Fighter of the Decade. Some call him Roy, others call him Captain Hook. On a bad day, you might get RJ. He's the king of Pensacola. I want to welcome to the show my brother, my mentor, Roy Jones Jr.
Thank you, brother.
Man, I appreciate you. I can't even say opening up your home, man, just opening up the property.
Yeah, man.
And allowing me to come spend some time with you. I told you this yesterday, man. I have a little bit of regret because I feel like I should have reached out sooner. You know, we had a business relationship, but, you know, you always told me anytime you need me, you know, you can reach out. And it's tough sometimes because I'm a person that really don't like bothering people. And I know how busy I am, and I know other people are busy as well. So that's part of the reason. Other reason, Roy, is that sometimes you don't want to meet your heroes, man.
Yeah.
Sometimes they're not who you thought they were.
Right.
And I haven't really met anybody that I saw from a distance and hoped they were one way and they turned out that way. But I appreciate you being that and more to me and many other young fighters, man. So I first just want to thank you.
Thank you, brother.
Just for the opportunity. Man, I'm here in Pensacola, man, and you know, we've been in the gym. You know, I've been around the fighters. So I put them boxing shoes on, man. I felt, you know, something happened.
It brought you back today.
I start sizing them up. I said, man, come on, let's get in here. I went probably about 5, 6 rounds.
You sure did. 6 long rounds, like 5-minute rounds.
Yeah, I'm looking at the clock, you know. Man, I want to go back to the very beginning. You know, your story is very, very well publicized. You talked about a lot of different things, but not on this platform.
Right.
And I want to give this platform an opportunity to really understand who Roy Jones Jr. is. Take me back to your early years in Pensacola. I don't know if this is true, but I read a quote from your father that said that boxing wasn't his idea. How did you get into the sport?
It may not have been his idea, but he watched boxing a lot. And actually, at the time he was watching boxing, he actually was boxing. But I didn't know it. So he kept it away from me. I never knew he boxed. All right, my dad fought Marvin Hagler.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so every night, you know, I used to get the boxing gloves out. We box. He'd get on his knees, box me, basically just maul me and push me down and stuff. But for some reason, I always thought I had a chance. So the next day in school, I would think all day long what I'm gonna do different tonight to beat my dad when I get home, right?
That's right.
Never knowing I ain't got a chance, but that never registered to me. So after about 5 or 6 years of that, one day he said, okay, you want to box? I'm gonna start training. All right, so we started.
So you didn't go to a gym. You started with your father at his house?
My dad in the backyard, in our backyard, me and 3 more guys.
Really?
Yep. And I was the youngest. They were like 16, 17, and probably 14, and I was probably 10. Yep.
What was the amateur scene like in a remote place like Pensacola, Florida?
It was good because it was actually a place called Pensacola Boxing Club in town. But I lived out this way. I lived out in Barth, which is 10 miles further to the north than you are now. Okay. But the Pensacola Boxing Club was in town. Then you had Tommy Kimmons, them who also had their boxing club. So it was about 2 boxing clubs in town, and the Navy base had a boxing team. So it was 3 of them, and we had ours. Yep.
When did you first start winning these national tournaments and first start realizing, like, man, I can really do this?
Well, there was a guy named Sean DeSoto. They called him Scene DeSoto. And he was a lot older than me, actually. But he had a good reputation in Pensacola as a boxer and a kickboxer. So one day, I think I was about 12, my dad took us down to Pensacola Boxing Club to spar. And the only person that was close to my size was Scene DeSoto. But Scene DeSoto was probably 16 and I was 12. But since he was close to my side, my dad said, he spar with him. So I got in there. And when I got in there, it was the first time I had faced somebody that much older than me. But to me, because of the way I was raised, I never thought age mattered. I thought I was smarter than everybody. Okay. You feel me? So when I got in there, I kind of took control of the situation and kind of dismantled him. That was the first time anybody in Pensacola ever seen me box.
Really?
They started calling me Little Sugar, as in Little Sugar Ray, because I was so fast. But
Robinson or Leonard?
Leonard. It was like, wow, this dude got quick hands. And even him, I didn't know it till later, but he went and told everybody he knew the next day. This little kid right here named Roy Jones Jr., he gonna be a world champion one day, trust me. Because he was good. He was known in the community as a hell of a boxer. And I just gave him that work. And I was like 12 years old.
Man, you got a unique style.
Mm-hmm.
I know you talk about the chickens and the roosters and how you really took a lot from how they do their thing. Man, you had a style I ain't never seen before, bro. You know how much trouble I got in with Verge, my coach, because I got my hands out here and he telling me one thing and I keep bringing my hands out here and I'm trying to do it like Roy did it. Where did that style originate from?
Well, it's come from a lot of things, man. I had like a dynamite dozen as a kid. Muhammad Ali being number 1. Sugar Ray probably was number 2. But then Salvador Sanchez became number 2. Roberto Duran probably was number 3 or 4. But I also had Marvin Hagler, Wilfred Benitez, Tommy Hearns, Howard Davis Jr. I had like Dwight Muhammad Qawi, Dwight Eddie Mustafa Muhammad, Matthew Saab Muhammad, Larry Holmes. I had like a dynamite dozen of guys that I love to watch. Eusebio Pedroza. And what I would always do is I would look at people who were hot and I would try to figure out what make them hot.
Okay.
What about him do everybody like? What about him does everybody love? Why do people want to see him fight? Like Alexis Arguello. Alexis Arguello had a real quick change of speed. If you watch when he knocked Kevin Rooney out, he played with him, he laid him a jab and rushed right hand down the pipe. Cold. Kevin Rooney had a chance because he never see it coming. Yeah. So I would study all those type of guys to figure out what made them different. So Tommy had the right hand, Sugar had the speed, Marvin had the consistency, Roberto had the tricks, Eusebio Pedroza had the bolo, Salvador had the pressure, Ali had the feet and the charisma. It's just so much, you know? Yeah. So what I said was, I want to build all that greatness in one person. If I can do everything that all of them do, as good as they do it, I gotta be the best. And that's what I set out to do.
But your father fought, right? Big Roy. What was his style? Verge had a style he implemented. What was Big Roy's style?
Big Roy's style was more Muhammad Ali.
Did he fight like that? Or did he try to fight like that?
I don't think he fought like that, but that was his favorite fighter.
Okay.
So that's the school he taught us from as far as feet goes.
Okay.
Now we added the body shots, the bob and weave, we add all that in too, because Ali didn't do much of that. But it started from the foundation of Muhammad Ali.
Really?
Yeah. And Sarge Johnson had taught him how to fight. Sarge Johnson died in 1980 with the Olympic team in that plane crash.
I think that was on their way to Russia?
Yeah, he passed in that. So that's who taught my daddy how to truly box.
Really?
Yeah.
You talked a lot about this throughout the years, but you know how hard your father was on you. And my daddy was hard on me. It wasn't like that though. When did that stuff start? When did it go from just Roy learning to box and this is something new in Roy's life to hold on, like there's something different. Like why you doing it?
Well, I probably went like that about 2 years in. Started at 10. When I was 10, it was all right. You know, I was cool what was going on, but at like about 11, it started getting rougher. I got 12, it started getting really bad. Then we moved back from the country back to the city at 13. So 13, it was still kind of bad, you know what I mean? But 13, I realized, and 13 to 14, I realized that I probably wasn't gonna be able to stick with my daddy because his thumb was on me too hard. And you can't be a champion with somebody keeping the pressure down on you. You can't grow. You put a plant down there and you can water it and put good soil on it, but if you put a weight on top of it, it never gonna go. And I watched Howard Davis go to the 76 Olympics, win the Val Barker Cup over Sugar Ray Leonard and all the rest of Leon Spinks, Michael Spinks. He won the Val Barker Cup. He was the most outstanding boxer. He never became champ. And I watched his career close because his father was also his trainer. His father smothered him for too long. So when he finally let him out, it was too late. Howard was fired, like that fireplace, the fire had went out. If the flame go out in the fighter, it don't matter how much you got. You can't light no flame in no fighter. Right. You know that. Right. So I started studying and knowing that. I said, no. I started praying to God about that hard.
Really?
Because I knew that only God could get me out of it. Only God could show me where to go and how to go. So I knew at 13, he basically was telling me, you're not gonna be able to do this. Then, lo and behold, this guy comes along named Charlie Campbell, Southpaw, came from Chicago, moved to Mobile, Alabama, which is about 45 minutes away. Dude had style, dude had charisma, dude had everything. Girlfriend used to make his whole boxing outfit.
Dang.
Brought his girlfriend to the fights, had the coldest lady in the building.
Yeah.
He show out for her when he fight. He didn't throw the correct punches. He didn't have the best footwork, but he had that style, that charisma, and he had good breath control. Those three things he used beat my dad as fighters. My dad had two guys in his weight class. Okay. He beat him a total of 11 times. So you understand me? And both of them were actually better boxers than he was, but their style, charisma, and that flash, that pizzazz he had about himself, they couldn't beat that. The breath control.
Daddy ain't never beat him?
No, they ain't never beat him.
None of his fighters?
None of them ain't never beat him. He would always get to the state and the regional level, but when he gets to the nationals, he would get beat. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, wait a minute, if they can't beat him, they definitely gonna beat the national champ. But if I can use what he got, along with what they got, then I'm gonna be better than them. So God was always bringing me something to get me what I need to get, you understand me? Then at the same time, I was studying the roosters. And I want to know what made this rooster better than that rooster, or that rooster better than that rooster. So I would watch them, even when they would get into it in the yard. I would watch them. And the ones that kept the pressure on them, those are the ones that usually won. Yeah. The ones that sat and wait, they usually got beat. Mm-hmm. I'm like, so to win, to be able to dominate, you got to keep the pressure on him. Keep him worrying about what you're going to do. You can't worry about what he's going to do. Like I told you today, I said, I got to try to make sure me and you both wondering what I'm going to do. I can't have you wondering what you're going to do. I'm going to lose. You feel me? So that's what I had to do. So, but that's where I learned that from. So all those things combined are kind of what made me who I became.
It's like me and my brother in our household. Like I told you today that, he probably had more natural talent than me, but he liked it. I loved it. It's money being spent going to these tournaments, credit cards getting maxed out. So neither one of us, I didn't want to stop it. He wanted to stop. He just didn't feel like, he was like, I can't. There ain't an option in the household. And my daddy would always say, you don't want to do this, you ain't got to do it. But we like, yeah, brother, we hear you. Did you feel like that? When you was 13, 14, did you ever feel like this will stop if I stop boxing?
Nope. I know it wouldn't stop if I stopped boxing. And I know he won't allow me to stop boxing.
But that's what I'm asking. Did you feel like you had an out if you wanted one?
No, I didn't have no out. No out whatsoever. He won't let me stop boxing. And if I would have stopped boxing, it would just got worse than the rest of the life. So it was like, boxing really was my only way out. That's the only thing I could do good. And I thought I had a chance because I can control my own destiny. That's what I want to do. So I kind of stuck with it.
What type of dude was Roy at 13, 14, 15? What was your reputation around the school? What was you known for outside of the boxing?
A clown.
For real?
Class clown.
Yeah.
And I could punch.
Yeah.
So when I first moved back to town at 13, it was this little kid named Gilbert Gripka, and he was in the karate. And I went to a predominantly black school, but him and his brother and it was probably about 8 white kids at school totally, But him and his brothers would get out there and practice their kung fu every morning to keep everybody kind of bullet down off of them, right? One day we was at PE, we were playing football, and me and him had a little bit of a misunderstanding. And he was in the 8th, I was in the 7th, but I was skinny at the time. I ain't really put no muscle on until I got about 14. By 15, really. Well, no, I really talking about 17. Anyway, so we got into the scuffle, so Coach told us to stay from in front of each other. So I go to this side, he come get in front of me. Well, I'm not gonna run from him no more now. I went on the other side, he lined up in front of me, here we go. So ball got hiked, the play took out that way, I stood up, he didn't come in. I was blocking, he didn't come in. So I started looking at where the play was. As I looked, he took off to come and try to run me over. I saw him because I knew that take my peripheral off of him. When he came, I hit him with that elbow, boom, right in the elbow, right in the eye. He dropped down, he got up, ran to the coach, fussing, crying. Coach said, calm down, I told you not to get in front of him, I told y'all to separate. He took it upon himself because he was white and the coach was black, the PE coach was black, Coach Rose. He ran to the dean's office because the deans were white. When everybody saw how hard I hit him with that right hand, first he came at me. Yeah. He got up in front of me and squared up. That's what happened, y'all. He squared up in front of me with his stance. So as soon as he squared up, as soon as his hand got to right there, I took off. And I was a little bitty dude. When they heard how loud that right hand sound, he took off to the office end. That's when he took off to the office end. Everybody saw that. They was like, oh, holy cow, this dude can punch. I was a little bitty dude though.
They knew what time it was.
At that point, they understood that I boxed. You understand me? Because they knew it, they had heard about it, but I didn't do like them. I didn't come to school shadow boxing. I didn't do none of that, you know, because I wasn't into that like that. But they knew they were supposed to be black belts in karate, so everybody kind of was afraid of them. You ran up on me, you left me no choice. So I'm not gonna lay down, I gotta fight. And that's what happened. So from that point, everybody kind of knew I could fight.
What was that March like when you started winning them national tournaments? I know it was some names out there. Like, who was the names you would see at them nationals?
Well, for me, when I first went, I went to the Junior Olympic National. And that's why I met Lavelle and Terrell Finger. You ever heard of them from St. Louis? Some bad dudes. And it's a lot of bad dudes there. I mean, it was some really good dudes in that tournament. And it surprised me that Skipper killed a lot of guys in that. It was a hell of a group of guys. But when I won the National Junior Olympics at 15, that really put me on the map. Because I won the Junior Olympics and I won the most outstanding boxer in the middle class. But I was 119, I was a bantamweight. So when I came back 2 years later, the next year, I think I hurt my back at 16. Came back at 17, I was 139, 20 pounds up. Go there, it was a guy named Victor Levine, had been winning the nationals the last few times. Yeah. I go and there was a guy named Obi Beard. Obi Beard was good too. So I fight Obi in the quarterfinals, I think. I fight Derek Roland, I think, in the semifinals. And I fight Victor Levine in the finals. So Victor Levine, I beat him. And then the open scene knew who I was. The next year I came back at 156. Okay. You understand me? And at 156, that's when I fought, that year I beat Ray McGarrow in the finals. And I won the National Golden Gloves again, 2 weight classes above. Frank Lyles was 47, I think.
Was it Littles too?
Tim Little was 56. Yep, Tim Little was 56.
Because they rumbled a lot too.
Yeah, they fought like 6, 7 times.
Yeah.
The next year, 88, I fight Frank Lyles in the ABF. I thought I beat Frank, but he did give me my first 8 count. But I'm pretty sure I won the fight. But they gave him the decision, but he was ranked number 1 at the time. Went to the Golden Gloves. Me and G-Man had a hell of a fight. They gave G-Man 3-2 split decision. But the Olympic trials are in California. Ray McGarrow, who I beat last year, is from California. Okay. They must have seen him and Gerald fight before, I don't know, but I think they knew that Gerald couldn't beat him. So they gave him 3-2 split over me, so him and McGarrow can fight in the finals. McGarrow beat him, and McGarrow go to the finals, go to the Olympic trials in Concord, California. Okay. And he's from Long Beach, California. So I felt like that was a political move. But, you know, it happened. So when I got to the Olympic trials, though, I saw McGarrow, and he had talked a lot of junk after the G-Man fight in the Golden Gloves about, you know, what it was gonna be different this year if I would have got to the final. Oh yeah? Yeah, and I told him, I said, when that happened, I said, man, they gave him that fight because they know he can't beat you. They know what I'm gonna do to you, and you from Concord, they know you from Long Beach, you ain't gonna be in the trials if you fight me because they know what I did to you last year. Okay. It's gonna be different. The gym gonna be outside. I left it alone because I'm out, so I'm mad now. I left it alone. We got to Olympic trial. I said, remember all that you were talking? Now we finna find out. Come on. He gonna tell me now. And he jumped me the whole week before we fought the first time. Yeah. Once they gave Gerald a 3-2 split, he talked all junk to me again that time. So I saw him, don't start. No, you start. Yeah. You started the Golden Glove, but I got you now.
This before the tournament started?
Yes, I got you now. Second fight, guess who I got? Yeah. Ray McGarrow. Tore his behind up again. So that's just what it was. But
at that level, though, you know, when you turn to open senior and you start getting around them dudes at these national tournaments, was you hanging around them dudes?
Nope. First time I went to the Olympic Training Center, they asked me, did I drink? I told them, no, he called me a lie. Michael Bent called me a lie. Yeah. I don't drink.
And you didn't believe?
No, he didn't believe it. I got away from him. From that point forward, I already was a lone wolf. But it just made me stay closer to myself and not get caught up with nobody.
Yeah, it was similar to me, with me like that too. Like Berto and them, Darrell, they be, you know, man, you was always by yourself. It's like Bird's he taught me that isolation thing early. Mm-hmm. You know, like the coaches, they go out at night and they do what they do. But he would always have me in a separate hotel. He just always, and maybe it was bad sometimes, but it was always, it's a job, it's a business. I go to the national, other kids playing and stuff. Hey man, you do that when we done. Mm-hmm. So I always was kind of isolated too from the rest of the pack. Right. But you know, it paid off. Yeah, you know, some of them cats, man, they ripping and running all week. And they got to fight. The finals come, they tired.
Of course.
Tell me about that march to get on the team leading up to 88. What was that bracket like? What was that march to get to seal that spot?
For me, it was so hard because they gave Frank a 3-2 split over me in the ABL. They gave G-Man a split decision on me in the Golden Gloves. My dad told me I was too small and to go to 47. So I went to 47 for the Eastern Olympic Trials. I stopped the guy in the second round. I weighed in at 47 now. I go get on the scale. Now, you know you got to weigh in every day, right?
Every day.
I go get on the scale. Guess how much I weighed?
55.
165.
Ooh-wee.
Wait a minute. Daddy make me run all night long. Get all the way down to 148 and a half. When I got there at 148 and a half, I said, that's it. I thought about it. I said, let me ask myself a question. Now, I always had to talk to God. But I thought about it. I said, so if I'm at the Olympics and it rain or it's cold, because I don't know what the climate's going to be in Korea. I know the Olympics going to be in Korea, but I don't know what the climate's going to be. I'm not even going to have control of where we stand. How am I going to make 147? I'm not. So I said, I'm not losing no more. So I got disqualified, right? I get back home. I knew Sugar Ray Leonard, knew Pappy Galt, who was one of the coaches at the time for the U.S. team. Knew a lot of people, and they was like, you know what? At that time, they had 7 spots, and they had an at-large spot. A spot for a guy that might have had a bad year. They gave me the at-large spot. So I got there.
At 56?
As the 8th ranked guy, the at-large guy at 56. And this is how prominent God has been in my life, right? This is just one example. When I got there, I got a bad knuckle. And I know I got a bad knuckle, right? So Tim Littles, Frank Loudon, they're all there. In bracketology, usually number 1 is up in the top bracket, and number 2 is in the bottom bracket. Now, I didn't know that at the time because I was only like 18. I didn't even know that, 19. I didn't know that at the time, though, right? But I did know this. I said, listen, in my mind, Frank and Tim have fought 6 times. Frank won all of them.
Dang.
So we know if it's Frank and Tim, we know what that's going to be.
Yeah.
I said, God, I need one more favor. Because I knew when they told me I was coming, I knew that was God. Because there was no way I should have been there. When they told me I was at large, I knew that was God. So when I got there, I said, God, I need one more thing. My hand ain't good enough to beat Tim and Frank back to back, right? I said, if you put them 2 in the same bracket,
knock each other out.
So it was just one. We know Frank gonna win, but you put him in the same bracket with Frank, I'm gonna give it to Tim, and I could just sit my hand on Frank. I got him. When I went look at that bracket and saw Tim and Frank in the top, and me down here at the bottom, that's it. Y'all dead. I started talking right then. I said, all y'all dead. My
you told them that?
I told all of them. My parents, but y'all dead. All y'all. They done.
God answered my prayer.
The tournament is over. Right now. When I saw that, that's it. Now, in my bracket, I did have to fight the Air Force, the military champ, the Golden Glove champ, then the ABF champ. So everybody I fought was a champ. No Eastern and Western Trials guys. Frank fought all them. Frank he got the ABF runner-up, he got the Eastern Trial guy, I think, and he got me in the finals. I had to fight the service champ, Golden Glove champ, and ABF champ. So I beat all 3 of them. Second night I really put on Ray McGarrett because I told him I was. First night
he had that coming.
Yeah, first night I beat James Chris, who was a military guy. Coach Merck, my coach, used to train him.
Oh.
Yeah, so I beat him. Then I beat McGarrett, then I beat Frank in the finals, and me and Frank had to fight again a week later.
For the box off?
Yeah. My hand was swollen up so bad, they gave me a shot in it before the finals. It hurt worse when they gave me the shot in it. So I told them a week later, I don't even want no shot, I just got to go for it.
Yeah.
And I went for it, and luckily I got him again. So he was a tough dude to beat. Frank was big, he was older, and he was strong as on the way. He was southpaw. So he was always a problem. But yeah, he went on to become WBC champ.
He's a good pro too.
He wanted to become WBC champ. Yeah.
You get to South Korea. You're a young kid from Pensacola, Florida. Like, what are you thinking when you touch down, your feet touch down in South Korea?
I'm thinking that I'm the youngest dude on the team, but I'm thinking I'm the smartest dude on the team.
Okay.
Because of all we've been through, right? So when I get there, I make friends with all the guards at the gate. And we had 2 entrances we had to go through. I'm friends with every guard at that entrance, and I'm friends with every guard at that entrance. If you don't have your pass, you're not coming in there, because they think terrorists might come there. Roy could go in and go out as he choose with nothing. Because everybody was cool with me. And I knew to do that. You know what I'm saying? Because when I first got there, I said, listen, you can't get no togetherness with these people. How you gonna survive? They controlling everything. If you ain't got, you lose something, they're not letting you in.
That's right.
They got so cool with me, they let me in. I ain't have to have nothing.
The Olympic Village?
Yes.
Yeah.
I could go take you in there with me.
That's crazy.
That's how cold it was with me. You feel me?
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So that don't happen in the Olympic Village.
At
Like,
all.
you better have everything.
Yeah,
Bag,
or you ain't going
everything.
there.
You better be with your team.
I can go and come as I please.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
But did you know Park C Hun?
Nope. Never had heard of him.
You in two separate brackets, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
You win your first fight, your second fight. Are you starting to key in on him that, oh, he could be?
No.
And because he's a local?
Every time there was anything, I have to look back at it, but I'm almost sure it was either Robin Reed or another one dude from Italy that became world champ. I think it was Robin Reed, but I ain't sure. But whoever he was, every time we had weigh-in the next morning, me and him had beef. Every morning.
Why?
He knew he was going to end up fighting me, and I knew I was going to end up fighting him. He knew I was the coldest thing there, and I knew he was going to be the only person that was going to be able to even challenge me there, because he was the only one that had sense enough to pick up the energy. You understand where I'm coming from? But him and I both had the energy. Every morning, we locked eyes. Every morning, every weekend, we locked eyes, and we stayed there for a minute. Lo and behold, they robbed him from Parksy Hun in the semifinals. Ooh. They gave Parksy Hun a victory over him. He thought he beat him. He punched the wall and everything.
Did you think he beat him?
I thought he beat him too, yeah. But he punched the wall. He was man's on the what. I thought he beat Parksy Hun. But it was closer than my fight with Parksy Hun. But I really thought he had beat Parksy Hun, because me and him, I just knew me and him was fighting in the finals. I ain't know his name or nothing, but I knew he was Italy. Me and Italy fighting in the finals. I just knew that.
So when he got beat, well, you keyed in on Park C Hun. Was you focused on him at that point?
No, not really. When he got beat and I realized I was fighting a Korean in the finals, I really didn't care. And I really didn't watch a lot. You know, I just saw glimpses of that fight, but I thought from the glimpses I saw, I didn't watch the whole fight, because I don't watch people like that. One thing I learned about watching fighters, the more you watch them, the better they'll get.
Yeah, I like that. I like that.
So I watched one round, I'm gone. But I thought Robin dominated him enough to win the fight in that round I saw. And the highlights I saw after, I thought Robin won the fight.
So you wasn't too worried about Park C Hun?
I wasn't worried about him at all, no. Where they had messed up at, I'm the youngest kid on the team. Y'all done let the youngest dude on the team from Pensacola, Florida, get to the finals. Y'all are in trouble.
Yeah.
You understand me? Y'all should have never let me get to the finals. Mm-hmm. Y'all really should have never let me get here.
Man, you put on a masterpiece, right? When I see that fight, like, it's almost unfair that that's Olympic finals.
Yep.
And it looked as easy as it did. I know it wasn't easy, but it looked easy. It looked like it wasn't nothing you threw that he wasn't catching.
It actually was easier than I expected, because I could hit him easier than I expected. But the problem was, something about the way he boxed, the way his style was, his hands were too low, number one. And number two, he really couldn't hardly hit me. So, because of my feet. So I just, like I said, I was on a whole nother cloud that night. Y'all let me get to the finals.
You was locked in.
I'm not gonna lose. I'm in the finals. I'm gonna take this gold medal back to Penscola.
What was the energy like though? What was your father at? Was he?
He was there. He was there.
Was he? Could you see him?
Nah, he was up in the stands.
Okay.
They had a United States section where all the parents sat.
So you knew he was up there.
I knew exactly.
Did y'all have any communication during that week or two?
Oh, we talked. Yeah, we talked after every fight. We talked.
Y'all did?
Yeah.
What was the energy like back home? Was you getting a sense of what people was watching and was excited?
I didn't know nothing. I didn't know nothing. I ain't really want to know nothing. Because here's what I didn't want to do. I didn't want to go there and do like, I had a teammate, and I won't say his name, but he had glossy pictures and everything and signed when he got there. Pictures and signed to get
of himself?
Yes. Yes.
Tripping.
Yeah, wait, nah.
Hold on, when he first got there?
Yes.
Come on, bro.
Yes, 8x10s.
Come on, bro. I know he didn't win.
He got knocked out the first fight.
Okay.
But but for me, it's like, I definitely didn't want to give that persona off. And I didn't want to go there and fail or not underachieve. I don't want to go there and underachieve. I know people thought the world of me. I learned that when I was 14. I got disqualified at the Junior Olympics because I didn't make weight. First time I felt a sense of people depending on me. You understand me? Them people was hurt that I didn't make that tournament. at 14. So when I came back at 15, that's when I won the National Junior Olympics. I did that cause for them people that I let down the year before. You understand me? So, but I had learned the sense of, hey, it's people that depend on you. So you got the USA on your back. The whole USA depends on you to go out there and dominate and behave like you're supposed to behave. You are an example right now. You wearing a whole country on your back. It don't say Jones, it say USA. Anything go different, it's gonna say USA on it, not Jones. So I had to make sure I represented the country to the best of my ability because it wasn't about me, it became about us.
Somewhere along the line, we lost that.
Yeah.
We lost that as a country, man. We lost that on the boxing team. And I don't know if it's the option for cats to turn pro. I don't know what it is, but we playing on two separate playing fields.
Mm-hmm.
I was studying the Cubans that went to the farm in Cuba. They got pulled out their home if they had potential, and their only mission was to win a gold medal, not just a medal.
A gold.
I understood the Soviet Union and when they broke off, the Ukraine and Russia and all these different ones and what they was about. These dudes are grown men. This is a professional thing, and a gold medal is the option.
Of course.
What I sensed about us, and I don't know where the shift happened, but bro, we did not pull up to the Olympics with, we gonna win a gold medal. It ain't no other option. It was, oh, it's cool. I lost, but it's, they robbed me and I'm gonna turn pro anyway.
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand that. So I don't know if y'all had that, you sensed that on your team.
Mm-hmm.
But even before my team, I started hearing and sensing that stuff. I'd be at the Nationals, and if a dude lose, the same mentality. Oh, it's cool. They robbed me, but I'll be back next time. It's like, yeah, you're gonna lose sometime, but just that hunger wasn't there. Mm-hmm. But we facing dudes from Cuba and Russia, Germany. They not playing about this. Mm-hmm. It's a different mentality.
Because if they go home with gold medal, some of them getting up $250,000.
Man, the Cubans going home, they getting one of them. I don't know if it was Casillamor, but he either got a pig, one of them got a bike for a gold medal. Mm-hmm. And they've been training their whole life for this. Mm-hmm. Got pulled out the home. Mm-hmm. And they don't like us either.
Not at all.
That's one thing I realized. When we got on that international scene, even dual meets, they look at us like we spoiled brats. Y'all got everything.
We got the enemy.
We ain't got nothing.
We the enemy.
Can we get that back? It's too far gone.
Too far gone.
Man.
Money has ruined all that. I heard the little kid got fighting tomorrow, Chris. His dad is a referee for the amateur some now. They told me last year that the nationals now is mostly pre-matched.
I heard about that.
How you pre-match the amateur nationals? What are we doing? Also, you think if you don't want to fight him, you ain't got to fight him? You amateur. You fight whoever show up. What are y'all telling me? Nah, coach, it ain't like that no more. I said, are you kidding me? So, Andre, how we gonna love it if we cherry picking from day one? How we gonna learn to love boxing? How we gonna love winning? How we gonna love having pride?
Competing.
How we gonna have that? If we pick and who we fight from day one, how we ever gonna get that? That's over with.
So you don't think we ever gonna return to Olympic glory?
We can't.
As a United States.
We can't. First of all, they're trying to take boxing out the Olympic period anyway. You feel me? We not going because nowadays there are too many other variables that we got to deal with to even get back to the real problem. And for me, myself personally, since the whole world watched them rob me in the Olympics in 1988, and to this day, they've never done nothing about it, what does that say about the integrity of that sport or that event? They have no integrity. Y'all let an 19-year-old kid get robbed, and y'all did nothing about it. That's okay. That place becomes avoided now. And that's what basically has happened to the Olympics. It became now boxing, nobody cares no more. They feel like either that you pay your way there. Most of the countries, they pay to put who they want to put there. And when you get there, if you can get to the officials, you can win. If you can't get to the officials, you're probably not going to win because it becomes so messed up that it's not really worth it.
That finals against Park Si-hun, one of the most dominant finals I've ever seen. Mm-hmm. Before the decision is announced, what you thinking?
I'm telling my coach, they got me. Because I heard they had a panel out there with a Korean panel, right? A judge panel. I guess when all the schools go, they go to that panel. I heard them joke. I heard them cheering, celebrating. I told my coach, I said, they got me. The referee started talking to me. The referee was saying under the breath, trying not to let his mouth move. He said, I can't believe about to do this to you. So yeah, they got me. I looked at my coach, at Coach Adams. I said, they got me, coach. I said, and no wonder, if you look at me, you see me with my hand on my hip, I already know. They went on points 3-2 in the blue corner. I knew it.
I know you talked to Park and you asked him if he won. He said no.
He said no.
Didn't they have a gesture from the country? Didn't some monks or something come?
About 9 monks came to me that night. They told me they're so sorry for what their country has done to me. About 9 of them. They shocked me because I would have never expected that. 9 monks came to me. We were so embarrassed of how our country has treated you.
And they didn't do nothing about it.
Nope.
What did your father say?
If you look at his mouth when he on the camera, he's
Yeah.
I saw that on the camera, but you know, that's what it was.
Did Pops console you?
Nah, my pops wasn't that kind of guy.
Even in that moment?
My pops a military guy. He'd tell you one, tell you did a great job, he did do that, but no consoling going on. So I wasn't even expecting that.
You get back to Pensacola, what's the reception? What's the feedback? What you hearing, feeling?
Airport crowded.
Really?
When we got back to when we first got to the country, I think we got to LA first. I think we went from LA to Shreveport and Shreveport here. When we came back to first, when we were going through customs, everybody started saying, where's that kid named Roy Jones? We want to meet him.
Really?
I'm tripping. What? They want gold medal. What y'all want to meet me for?
Okay.
No, we want to meet him. I was shocked, right? Yeah. So I got in Shreveport. I got stuck there for 2 days because of the fog. When I finally got to Pensacola, the airport was packed. I couldn't even walk through the airport.
Man.
I was shocked.
Man.
I'm thinking I let my country down because I didn't get a gold medal. And it's like a company from Mobile, Alabama bought me a gold medal. Mm-hmm. I was like, wow. It was like, that right there is probably the time that made me really realize that I had to keep going. Because so many people showed up for me. And as I got to the car, I saw all the little kids from the gym that was under me. And a couple of guys that was older than me too. But basically my group of gym guys were there that I trained with every day. And when I looked at them, all of them had a look on their face that wasn't finna have it. So it was like, when I looked in their face, I said, damn.
Gotta keep going.
Ain't no quit now. How you gonna ever tell them to keep going, time get hard when they all looking up to you and you finna quit? You hang that up, buddy. That's not gonna happen.
That ain't gonna happen.
So in my heart that night when I got home and see all them people at the airport and I saw them little dudes, I said, I know you just told the dude though that you ain't probably gonna box again. But
I gotta run that back.
You may go and start reconsidering that because you ain't gonna be able to do it. It ain't gonna happen that way.
How long was it before you started your pro career?
I started March, maybe May. Yeah, maybe May. Yeah.
So that's a little bit of time.
May the next year. Because I got on October. I went to May the next year. Yeah.
So you marching through the pro ranks, and you could already see when I watched your early fights, fighting in Pensacola and different places like that, like you could see it was something different about you. Mm-hmm. Just like I said, I used to tell people Roy did everything wrong right. Like he didn't do it the way people said you supposed to do it, but man, he got away with it, and you was creating a whole different style on your own. So you even saw that early on.
Of course.
And it was almost like they didn't really know how to dissect you. They didn't really know how to, they just, he's fast, he hits hard, but they didn't really know what they was looking at. Right. I don't think anybody really understood what they was looking at that point in time. Now, your first world title, was it Bernard?
Yep.
When did you first become aware of Bernard, the executioner? You started hearing his name ringing.
Saw him about once or twice, about a year before we fought. About a year before we fought, I saw him one time. I was like, he boring.
You thought that right away?
He cool, but he boring. So he ain't gonna be a problem. He can't deal with my speed. And he boring, so.
He said, and he boring.
I'll think him, he's boring,
Yeah.
He was cool, but to me, he was boring. So I'm like, he's not gonna beat me.
But you hurt your hand in that training camp getting ready for that fight, right?
Yep.
The right hand?
Right hand, yep.
Thought about pulling out the fight?
Never. Smoke Gainer asked me, why you gonna take the fight? And at the time when I turned pro, I got my own promotion company. Square Ring with Fred and Stan Levin from Pensacola, Florida. They bagged me, right?
Wait, hold on now. I thought you started Square Ring later.
No, I started Square Ring right on top with them.
Wait, what?
We started Square Ring on top. Now they had us, Square Ring signed a deal with Barber.
Okay.
But we had Square Ring already.
Okay, we're gonna get to that in a minute.
Yeah, so what happened was, when that happened, Bush Lewis had Bernard Hopkins.
Bush Lewis.
Yeah, and Bush Lewis was the man because he was cool with the IBF at the time.
He with a tuxedo
You
with no
feel me?
shirt and a bow tie.
And he was the man with the IBF.
Yeah.
So anything he wanted, he can get the IBF.
Mm-hmm.
So that happening, it's like when we got in the fight, they got everything they wanted. But I knew that was probably my only chance. If I don't take advantage of the opportunity, I may not get another chance because I'm not with a major promoter now. Okay. So I went ahead and did it.
During the time in prison, being from Philly, being a stick-up man and executioner, you wasn't impressed with none of that? You didn't feel no type of way about none of that?
None of that ain't gonna keep these bees off your head. None of that ain't gonna keep these bees off you. So.
But he did try to intimidate you.
None of that ain't work.
He tried to intimidate you leading up. He tried to do what the executioner do.
None of that ain't work.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, the two big guys he had with him, I walked to them. I said, hey, see how big y'all is? Yeah. Bust y'all big ass.
You told him?
I told him. And I was by myself.
What they say?
They just started laughing.
You talking about the two guys he used to have in the ring?
The two big guys.
Pre-fight had mask on, no shirt, all that. He's doing the whole execution thing.
Yeah, I didn't want to hear that. And I told him, I said, listen, you might have a chance if you can deal with my speed. I said, but I'm fast, I don't know what now. I said, so, I told Bernard that.
Tell me about the James Toney thing. We was talking today about fighters that love boxing and don't love boxing. That's a dude that love to fight.
Love boxing.
Like, he love it too much.
Yes.
Like, bro, why you sparring? I just love it. He just want to get in there and fight.
Anytime.
When the James Toney thing started happening, tell me if I'm wrong, there was something happened with Top Rank. The way I understood it was you sort of bet on yourself with that fight. And you said, man, if I win this fight, let me go free. Mm-hmm. If I lose it, then somehow Top Rank? Okay, tell me about that.
I was with Barbara, Top Rank, right?
It was like a co-promotion thing?
Yeah, I had a co-promotion between Square Ring and Sam with Barbara, right? So we had a 3-fight deal. We fought 2 fights. Third fight, we fought in Bay St. Louis, Mississippi. I fought a lot of my amateur career was fought in Mississippi. Mississippi is a straight drive over, hour, 20 minutes over this way to the west, and you're in Mississippi. I was raised up in Mississippi. Top Rank bring me to Bay St. Louis, Mississippi, and make the Golden Boy the main event and make me the co-main event.
To my Oscar?
Yeah. I'm the IBF middleweight champ of the world.
You wasn't feeling that?
What? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding? But once again, God always gonna get me ready for what he got coming for me. God knew how that was gonna make me feel. So after that, you don't know it, but ain't nothing you can do to make me sound true again. You just you just X my name off your contract. Mm-hmm. So as soon as this 3-fight deal's up, I'm not messing with you.
You told him that?
No, I ain't telling nothing. Okay. This just what I'm telling you was inside of me. I don't talk, I shut up because at the time my daddy was kind of still messing with Square Ring guys. He actually wasn't at the time, I tell you that he wasn't. But I hadn't got away from him, but they kind of talked to Barbara, right? So Fred called me and asked me, would I take $2 million for the fight? I said no. He said, you take $2 million, Bob will let you sign a new contract that said if you lose, you got $250,000 on a comeback fight on HBO. I said, no, I don't want that. He said, you don't want $2 million? I said, no, I don't want nothing. I said, give him 55, give me 45. He the champ, he deserves a bigger share, and let's fight. Nah, we can't do that. It's easier. We just get $2 million guaranteed. I said, well,
55 or 45 or what?
Percentage of the pay-per-view, because we knew it was going to be pay-per-view. So I'll take my percentage of pay-per-view. I don't care what it is. And I will use this term like it was. I say, I don't care if it's $600,000. Give me my part of the pay-per-view. Give him his part of the pay-per-view, and I'll go from there. They were like, are you crazy? I said, no, I'm not crazy. They called me again. He said, Roy, you need to sign a contract. We need to do it. I said, listen, you want that contract signed? Let your son sign it and put him out there, because I'm not doing it.
But the higher guarantee came with some red tape.
I don't want to get, yeah.
It came with the red tape.
The guarantee came with the red tape.
For the next fight.
Exactly. So the next 3 fights. And y'all just did me like that in Bay St. Louis?
So if this is a straight deal, my 3 fights, this is my last fight with y'all.
No. This fight right here is my last fight.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
If we do a straight deal and I just take the percentage, nothing extra on top,
that's the last
3-fight deal is done.
That's it. That's what I did.
I don't know if you took it personal or if he took it personal, but it seemed like the dislike was real at that
James?
point. Yeah.
Oh, it was.
Like you really wasn't feeling it.
Not at all.
Yeah.
And he wasn't feeling me.
Yeah.
So
I saw glimpses of you early on, but that was one of the first like total fights that I watched of you. Remember everything you had on? Remember the white trunks with the black trim? You had the bow tie on the side with the two tassels.
Yep.
You had the all black leather shoes with the tassels on. You had the tuxedo. Came to the ring, you started dancing before you got in the ring. And you had the ducktail in the back. And man, you put on a masterpiece that night.
Yeah.
And I think that was the first time we seen the rooster move.
Yep.
Tell me about that.
So what would happen was, because he was a top ring fighter and I was a top ring fighter, they had a 4 counter at HBO, right? So sometime I would fight, then 2 or 3 months later, he would fight. So what I would do is, when I fight, I would watch a couple rounds of his fight just to see what he was, because I know we gonna meet. You know how it go. You know somebody either one weight class, like you said, one weight class above or one below. We probably gonna fight if you get to be anything. So I would always watch around to just see what he do, right?
What did you think when you used to see him?
When I watch him, he was good, but here where he made a mistake. Every time I watch him, I see him copy something that I did in my last fight.
For real? What you mean?
Like, it's just certain moves. Like if I hit a dude with a steel right hand, I would see him hit a dude with a steel right hand. I'm like, that ain't what you do. You copying me. So you know your stuff when you see it.
I know my stuff.
You feel me? So I know my stuff when I see it. Yeah. I had to go back and watch again to see specifically what I saw, but I knew my stuff when I see it. I would see him stealing my stuff. I'm not stealing his stuff. I'm not Philly shelling, shoulder rolling. That ain't my style. But I'm not stealing your stuff, so why you stealing mine? If you think you better than me. Mm-hmm. If you think you better than me, you like I am. I'm not doing that. Mm-hmm. But you stealing my stuff and you don't get to steal and do it. Yeah. And you think I don't know it? This is my stuff. That's mine. You feel me? So when I noticed that, I said, okay, I'm gonna keep that in my mind. So when the fight starts, round 1, we okay. I'm telling my people already, if round 6 come and I ain't winning, tell me. Because from round 6 to 12, we going toe to toe. So I ain't tell them what it was, but that's what it was. I said, if I ain't winning the fight by round 6, tell me that. Don't lie, tell me the truth. Yeah. Because I ain't winning by round 6, we finna go toe to toe. So while I'm boxing,
you had Mark in the corner for that fight, right?
Yeah, Mark was my corner. So I'm boxing. First round, I thought I won. Second round went pretty good. Third round, I done almost ran out of stuff to do. All my tricks, he ain't really fail for none of them. I haven't caught him with nothing big enough to hurt him. He taking everything pretty easily. Nobody has really captivated the momentum of the fight. So somehow I go back to the ropes, I shake my little button, come off the ropes, no showboat, I'm trying to think of ways to get to him. I said, you know what, he copies me. Let me see if he'll copy this. He did. I said, oh, I got it. Got it. I went back into it. Yeah. Boom! Yeah. All the way back into it, I swung a hook at him that would have took him out for real. And I swung a right hand, but I missed him. But the ropes kept him up, so the referee had to give him 8 count. He was humiliated and embarrassed. Once I got those 2 things, mentally, I just took the momentum. And I'm not giving it back because he's too good to give him momentum back. So there was a couple times in the fight when had I relaxed, one time he got spun around. And I knew—
I remember that.
Yeah, I knew he was spin around, but I knew he was gonna come back at me anyway. He got spin around, and when he came back as hard as he could. Swung a shot. And I saw it, I backed back up for it, and I looked at the guy, really, he think he hit me with that?
I remember that.
You feel me? Because that's how tuned in, that's how locked in I was, though. If you wasn't that locked in, he would have got you. If I'd have relaxed in, he'd have got me. Because I wouldn't expect him to do it. And he'd have got me out of the cold. The worst shot is the one you don't see or don't expect coming. Absolutely. But I knew he was gonna come with everything he had. So when he did, I backed my fight loose. But technically, he the best fighter I ever fought. I couldn't hardly hit him solid. You couldn't hit him more than 1 or 2 times at a time. This dude, he threw all his shots. He could knock you out around 1. He could knock you out around 12.
You see the tight defense. You see the roll. And I seen you starting to throw like a waist right hand to the body, just trying to open something up. I seen you doing little stuff to try to open something up. He needed you to come to him. Toney would come to you, but he did it a certain type of way. You know what I'm saying? But your feet was so unorthodox, he just didn't really know what to do. And I think he got so tired of just trying to figure it out that boom, you would hit him and you landed enough punches to, like you say, get your respect after the rooster move, but then you just took the fight from there. But it's interesting when you face a dude like that. Of course. Because patience is really, really important. Because you start getting reckless,
you out of there.
It's all bad.
All it takes is 1 second, 1 fraction of a second, of relaxing or one mistake, and you out there.
Cause he watching the whole time.
Every
Even when he
second.
rolling and turning, he know where you at. He ain't gotta see you.
And he's desperate because he know you're behind.
How tuned in were you to the issues he was having before Kent, the high weight gain and the lack of discipline and all the stuff?
I really wasn't tuned into it, but I knew him already. I knew about the discipline and stuff, and I knew about the personality he had. So I really wasn't tuned in about his weight. I knew he'd be a lot heavier than I was gonna be. But what I did know was that he had never had nobody to really stand up to him.
Mm-hmm.
So what I did was, I was training out there to fight Glenn Wolf. And he was top ranked. I was still top ranked. But top ranked had a gym in Vegas. And I never trained at that gym in Vegas. One day, a kid and I had something crazy to say about me to Coach Merck. So I said, Coach Merck, take me by there, let me see him. Coach Merck went by there. Coach Merck thought I was going to go in and talk to the dude. I walked out, I said, what you had to say about me? He said, man, come on, Roy, it's all the business. Kept jumping around. I said, no, ain't no business. What you said about me? We got history. What you said about me? He threw the rope down. I said, give him the opportunity, I'll F you up. I said, oh, yeah? Yeah, I'll F you up. I said, okay. Pow! Slapped him hard as I could.
In the gym?
In top rank. Because I need Toney to know that you're not going to just come up here and do anything to me. That's not going to happen. Mm-hmm. So I'm ready to go get dude. They grab me, they separate us, and we going out. So I come back and knock Glenn Wolf out and with a body shot. I think I stopped with a body shot, yeah. And then from there, because it was Vegas, it spread like wildfire. Everybody heard
all the gyms, all the boxing community.
Top rank. Roy came in top rank and slapped the hell out of somebody. You know what I'm saying?
That's crazy.
You understand where I'm coming from? So
crazy.
now James Toney knows I got to be careful when I go to talk to him because he don't care at all. I got the same mentality you got. I do not care. If that's what we can fight either. Isn't that like we supposed to? But I'm not none of these dudes that gonna run from it out here. We can do it out here, or I don't care what we do with it. Yeah. So if you want to do it out here, we can do that too. And I had to make that statement, or he would have ran over me.
You beat Bernard Hopkins, move up to 168. You beat another great in James Toney. You out of your top rank deal now. How did things change for you, career-wise, stature-wise, after that James Toney win?
Man, I became the man because James was the man when I beat him. So now I became the man, and I make my own deal with HBO.
Straight to
the ring. HBO make a deal ourselves. No barbarian in the middle.
That's for people that don't know. HBO, they got the budget.
Exactly.
They got the money.
They got the money.
A lot of times they go through the promoter.
They go through the promoter, and so that means the promoter can take and tell you, hey, I got $2 million from HBO for you. He could have got $4 million. You won't never know. That's why I didn't do it. So
license fee.
God led me to not do that because of that little thing that happened right there in Bay St. Louis, Mississippi.
That was the reason.
That was the reason.
You fight a couple more times, and then all of a sudden, man, you in the ring with Vinny Pazienza, man. Why you do Vinny Pazienza like that?
Because his daddy kept on trying to say he was faster than me. He not faster than me, dude. He cool, he quick, he not a bad dude, but he not faster than me. Now, he got a lot of heart, and to come back from a broke neck and still want to box,
that's from a
this
car
dude
accident.
Is unusually crazy. You know what I'm saying? This dude is something special. He come back from a broke neck and challenged the former heavyweight champ of the world eventually, you know? I hadn't did it yet, but that's what I was going to be eventually. So you challenge the baddest dude on the planet after having a broke neck. Where they do that at? You know? So what happened though was after his dad had, kind of got me a little bit more into it than I probably should have been. We went, the fight was cool, everything was good. But after I dropped him the second time, I thought the ref should stop the fight. Third time, this man coming from a broke neck. Y'all really, I don't want to hurt nobody.
Was Vinny crazy, so he get up anyway.
Of course he come, but I don't want to do that, So I held my hands out. I said, all right. I said, y'all making me do this now. But here I go. I got to stop it. And that's why I took off on him, man. I felt real bad after that because I shouldn't have been forced to have to take off on him like that, especially knowing that he came from a broke neck. You end up with pound for pound the best dude on the planet right now. I just beat James Toney, became pound for pound the man. Y'all gonna stick a dude now with me with a form that suffered from a broke neck? And y'all gonna let me go at him again? Come on, is that right? So thank God nothing happened to him because I probably would have quit boxing if he would have.
You really used to feel bad about stuff like that?
Yeah, man, I felt horrible about that, bro.
Because I seen you walking around the ring after, you wasn't celebrating.
I cried.
Your people picked you up, you was like, man, put me down.
I cried.
You cried?
I cried, yeah, I cried. Yep. Then it brought tears to my eyes now because I knew his situation. And they should not have let him come back to fight me or let him come back out the third time. The first 2 times, okay, yeah, the first time he was fatigued. Second time, he was hurt, but it wasn't all that, but he was tired. He was done. Don't bring him back.
Don't let him go back out.
You know, and they brought him back in. Well, I can't give him no loss right now because I ain't lost yet. So, you know.
What type of mentality is that, man, that you got compassion, but you also turn somebody lights out?
Because I know who and what I am. I know what God made me, what God gave me. God gave me so much that I can get more done. I can do more watering of a garden with a half a cup of water than most people can with a 55-gallon drum of water. Mm-hmm. So he gave me so much that I don't need as much to get the job done as they do.
Did you have any discussions with Vinny after the fight? You ain't talked to him? No. Have you talked to him since then?
Yeah. We cool. I mean, we good, man. He, like you said, I lost to the former heavyweight champ of the world, you know.
That was a cold version of Roy Jones at that time, though, bro.
Yeah, it was.
What was you doing to build your body up, bro? Like, is that all genetics?
No, not genetics. My dad made us do an exercise regimen every day. But what people didn't realize also, and your partner got on camera, but I showed him that feed bucket to feed them chickens. Every day make the left bicep work.
Come on, bro. That wasn't just feeding our chickens, bro.
I know. I mean, we did push-ups every day, though. We did push-ups every day, twice a day. We did sit-ups every day. We did pull-ups every day. We did the wheel every day. We did certain things we did every day. We had to do it coming, and we had to do it going every day. Can you imagine how you gonna look?
No days off?
No. Can you imagine how you look every day you gotta do this? And we trained every day. We trained 7 days a week.
7?
We trained 7 days a week. We trained 7 days a week.
You wasn't no Sunday off day?
No, let me tell you what we did. In the early part of my career, when I first started boxing, we trained 7 days a week for at least 5 hours a day. And on weekends, sometimes we train almost 12 hours. Yes, we started at 1 o'clock in the afternoon and finished at 1 o'clock in the morning.
What you doing for 12 hours?
Man, listen, repetitively learning how to box. Repetitively learning how to box.
You shouldn't even want to coach that long.
I don't.
I'm saying a coach shouldn't want to coach a fight after 12 hours straight.
My dad did. He did. My dad he meant you was going to get it right. On the weekend, 12 hours.
When did you rest?
We didn't.
Between that school and...
He didn't believe in rest. Are you kidding me? Rest? What is that? I didn't know what that was till I got old and turned pro. I ain't think there was no such thing as rest. You know how you talked about them knots in your stomach today from knowing how hard it was going to be? I had them same knots in my stomach, but not knowing what we were going to go through when my daddy get there.
So in 97, you faced a dude named Montel Griffin from Chicago. And I respect Montel and how he got down, but his style was different, man. He slippery, he here, there, he could fight. Tell me about the first fight y'all had. Because he was having some moments in that fight.
He gonna get mad at me again because he get mad at me every time I talk about it. So if he called me again next week, mad at me again, but I love him to death and he's a good friend of mine. I gotta say that.
Y'all still talk?
We still talk to this day. He sent me his little amateurs. He got some good amateurs he got day training now.
So he coaching?
Yeah, he's doing a good thing with the kids in Chicago. He a good dude, man. But at that time, he had beat James Toney twice.
Okay.
You understand me? He was undefeated. And I knew what he was. What he basically was a short guy who was a counterpuncher. Something you very rarely see. You saw it in Kwawi, but you don't see many short guys that are counterpunchers. Mm-hmm. Short guys usually got to push the issue. You understand me? They usually can't wait, because they wait, they're going to get beat because they're waiting too much and the guy's going to keep getting off on them and keep them outside. Mm-hmm. So they got to gamble and take risk. He was the opposite. He stayed back out there and waited for you to reach at him and make you pay.
He wasn't taking no risk.
Right. What I get mad about is people are so crazy and people they underestimate my mindset, right? My song, I was doing songs by that time for the fight I was going into, right? Mm-hmm. Guess what the name of my song was for that first fight?
What was it?
Patience is the virtue. Patience is the virtue. You're going to have to wait him out because he fights the same fight you fight. But he's short. So you reach down at him, you're going to give him opportunities.
Punch him down.
But you got to give him opportunities in order to make him work so that he'll be wore down by round 10. Mm-hmm. So you got to give him a little bit and just be calm and be patient, and your time going to come. Now, there's a lot of cheating going on in the fight. He was doing a lot of things he probably shouldn't have been doing. Coach Merck was raising hell about it. I said, Coach Merck, leave it alone. Let him do it. Let him do whatever he think he got to do to win. I got it. Come round 8, I tell Coach Merck, I said, I think it's probably about his last round. He made it through round 8. Round 9, I came and sat back in the corner. I said, Coach Merck, that's it. He done. This is
Why you
last
say
round.
that, though?
He was tired.
You can hear him breathing?
I knew everything.
You knew he was breaking down?
I knew it. Patience is the virtue, is the song. It's gonna become a time in the 8th, 9th, or 10th round, he gonna die.
But if you ain't been in the ring, you don't know what that means when you say, I know he tired. Why did you know he was tired?
I'm listening to him breathe. I'm watching how he running from me. I'm watching the way he do things. He ain't as active as he was.
He ain't as active.
He ain't putting pressure on the punches as he was. He ain't as sharp as he was. Everything has died. I told him after round 7, I said, I think this might be his last round. After round 8, I said, I'm sure that was his last round. This is what I'm telling my coach.
Yeah.
So in the 9th round, when he tried to quit, I mean, no, don't quit. Now you've been cheating me all night. Get up. Don't quit. But I'm not finna look to see if you're down. So I get up. I'm wondering, is he down? I can't got time to look and see. All the referee got to do, the referee stand up. That referee says stop, I don't hit him again.
Well, the thing about Montel Griffin, too, is that when he ducked real low.
That's what I'm saying.
He wasn't no straight up and down fight.
No.
I mean, he get low.
Of course, so I can't.
Slick.
So I can't tell if he's down or not.
So were you down on the scorecards in that 9th round?
I don't think so.
You wasn't down?
I don't think so.
But he had some momentum, though.
He had some rounds going.
And you start taking over, I don't know what round it was, 7th, 8th?
7th.
Because the 9th round, that happened at 8th.
9th.
And then you finally hurt him. It looks like he takes a voluntary knee trying to get his head together. And I believe you hit him 2 times while he was
tapped him when the referee said stop.
Right.
Referee said that, so I hit him again.
Hit again.
He looked at me and he looked at it and he goes,
he went face first.
I said, okay.
So do you think he was cheating? Do you think he was acting?
He was acting, but it was smart, at the time, because of the way it happened, it was smart, but it was the referee's fault, because the referee should have told me to stop when I tapped him, because I didn't know he was down or not. I tapped him, I'm thinking the referee was going to say stop, so I'm going to stop, but the referee didn't say stop, so I went again. You understand me? But I'm waiting for the referee to tell me to stop. The referee said, when I tapped him on purpose, giving the referee a chance to tell me to stop, because I don't have time to see if he's down. The referee said nothing, so I hit him again. Then that happened, so at that
when you
point,
see him on the ground like that, what are you thinking in the neutral corner? What you thinking?
Once I seen it, I
when
said,
you seen him, like, he.
I saw he faking. I knew in my mind he faking.
But did you think DQ was coming?
I didn't think that at first. I didn't think that at first till I seen Larry Hazard. When I seen Larry Hazard, I said, he finna try to disqualify me.
What was he doing?
He just, the way he looked, the way his demeanor was, I said, he gonna disqualify me. Now, I watched Dana Rosenblatt and Vinny Pazienza. Vinny Pazienza hit Dana while he was down, hit Dana while the referee was trying to get him off of Dana, hit the referee too, and then disqualify Vinny, right? Then I watched Riddick Bowe hit Jesse Ferguson 2 or 3 times while he was down. They turned the lights off, and they called it no contest.
In Atlantic City?
It was either Atlantic City or Washington, D.C., one of them. But he was a commissioner both times, in both places. So this time, I'm like, well, surely, if you look at the tape, you see that I gave the referee a chance to say stop. The referee said stop, so I got to keep going. And y'all gonna disqualify me? I thought I just got robbed at the Olympics. Now y'all gonna disqualify me for my first loss? Do y'all know what that means? Once you get a loss in your record, losses don't matter no more. So y'all gonna disqualify me and give me my first loss? Really? All right. So after the fight, I told Fred Levin, so what you wanna do?
That's your lawyer, one of your lawyers?
Yeah. I said, just get him back in the ring. So he gonna want all the money. I said, give it to him. He gonna need it. Give it to him. Just get him back in the ring. And tell him to bring that belt back with him when he come. Okay?
What was that time frame in between fight 1 and fight 2 from a media standpoint, to personal life?
5 months.
I mean, what was it like? What was you feeling? What was you hearing? Because at that time, I gotta give people understanding. Like, some people don't know. At that time, you looking invincible. At that time, ain't no man invincible, but you was looking invincible. Who can be Roy Jones Jr.?
Not him.
You was on your run. So a DQ, that shook up the world. Like, hold on, Roy lost, and even though it was a DQ, it was still a loss.
No, I said my first loss. So that kind of really rubbed me the wrong way. So when I got back home, I probably immediately went right back to training because I don't want no downtime. It had been a long time since I had been without a belt. And I didn't like that feeling at all.
Yeah, I can imagine.
So now every day I wake up, I'm really ready for war. I really don't care who it is. So by the time I got back to the fight, I think I left my kids home. I left her home. I left pretty much everybody home.
Oh, that's how you was feeling?
Yeah, because I'm probably, if I see him before the fight happens, I'm probably going to jail.
It might go up.
I know I'm going to jail. Because I'm going to jump on him. If he say anything out the way to me, I'm going to jail. Because I'm going to jump on him. If he say one thing wrong to me, I'm going to jump on him.
Did he reach out to you? Did you talk to him after the first fight?
No, I read all the stuff he was saying. And that really bothered me because I feel like, first of all, you won on DQ on your face, but now you're going to talk junk about me? Talking about stuff like he going to come to my city and ride around in his new cars.
Oh, so he talking slick.
You see what I'm saying? So that kind of stuff, and I have to see this. You can't do that with me. I do have a side of me that don't understand nothing. When I get to that way, I don't care no more. So now that compassion I had with Vinny, there's another side of that compassion. There's a side that don't give a F.
Yeah.
You understand me? And when you bring that side out, I have no remorse. That's why I said I knew that I don't want to take nobody I got to be worried about because what can I do for you if I'm in a jail cell? So y'all just be cool because this probably going to get ugly.
Was the preparation different for the second one?
Yeah.
Just a different focus, different intensity.
Totally different focus.
Did you underestimate him a little bit in that first fight?
I just told you the first fight, I said patience is the virtue. How is that underestimation? If I tell you patience is the virtue, that means that I gotta wait you out. I gotta wait till I get you at the right time. Then I gotta get you.
But you Roy Jones Jr.
But
what was it about him that even remotely would make you think he gonna give you some problems?
He's a counterpuncher for one. He's short. Like I say, he fights the opposite way short guys fight. You don't see short guys who stay outside and be counterpunchers. Short guys gotta bring it to you. He don't fight like that. That's why he beat James twice. Because James is a counterpuncher too, but James didn't expect that. He's the counterpuncher he is. So James was giving him stuff to work off and he working off it.
Counterpunchers don't like fighting counterpunchers.
You feel me? So that's why he messed James up, because he was a counterpuncher. I knew this, which is why I said patience is the virtue, because Drake, I gotta feed him or he ain't gonna get fatigued. So I gotta give him something to do the whole night while I'm having these patients, or he ain't gonna get fatigued. He's also undefeated. So it ain't like he no bomb. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I say patience is the virtue. I'm just gonna make him work and wait him out. When I get him where I want him, then I got him.
So you had to wait 5 months for that rematch. You had to mull over everything that was being said. You dealing with your first loss, even though you feel like it was a raw deal. Foxwoods, Massachusetts.
Yeah, Foxwoods, okay, yeah.
You pull up in all black. You know, you pacing around the ring before introductions and then the instructions. You just look like you about business at that point. And I'm sitting in front of my TV watching this thing, man, and it's like, it wasn't no fill out period. You came in with a high guard, and Griffin, you could tell he was looking like this gonna be a normal, fight. I'm gonna get in my groove, and you just wasn't having it. So he threw a couple big shots, caught him on the guard, and you actually got hit with a few shots to open him up to land your shot. And when that first left hook landed, man, the dude went back to the ropes like that, I said, it's over with. And man, tell me about that first round. What are you thinking? What's your mentality? Talk to me about that first round.
At the press conference that Wednesday, I said, I don't know what y'all want me to say. I ain't really want to say nothing. So I'm gonna tell y'all this, I'm just gonna go out there and refight the 9th round.
Picking up where I left off.
I'm gonna refight the 9th round. First time was patience was the virtue. Now I'm gonna pick up where the virtue takes over at.
Yeah.
Patience is over with.
Did you envision that a first round knockout?
I didn't envision nothing. I'm telling you what it was gonna be. There ain't no envision, this was finna happen.
That's what's finna
I'm
happen.
gonna go out and refight round 9. Nothing else to talk about.
Man, it was ugly.
Well, because
The
of
finish was ugly.
because how you talked about it, it's okay to say you won and have some dignity about it, but you start talking reckless about me and I ain't do nothing to you. Now, really, y'all did something to me, but okay.
So you do what you tell the people you gonna do, which is, that your second fight with Montel Griffin was destructive, man. But on top of that, though, your post-fight interview with Larry Merchant, this is like one of the reasons, like this was the stuff you would do that would have me just gravitating towards you, like, who is this dude?
Right.
Listen to this. I ain't gonna play the whole thing. I'm gonna play some of it though. But this may be pound for pound one of the best post-fight interviews off of that kind of performance that I ever seen in my life.
All right.
We about to hear
Not
this.
the case tonight. Let's go up to Larry Merchant with the winner and
That ain't
the
Roy, that's RJ.
Yeah.
All
That's the
right,
first
Roy,
problem.
congratulations.
How you looking at me?
I suppose you do feel redeemed by what happened.
Well, first of all, I take the time out to thank God for giving me the opportunity to keep my head together and come out and do what I did. Thank everybody in Pensacola. Roy Jones still number one. Ain't gonna be that way, baby. For all these doubters, him and all the rest of them that think Roy Jones is a fluke, now they know.
You know.
Now, back to where I am. I am redeemed. I deserve to be back pound for pound number one, cause I am.
baby.
It's like that. I don't even want to hear nothing else. I should be pound for pound the best. When somebody come beat the best, it's fine. I thank God. I thank Montreal. He gave me the opportunity to go back and pick up my stuff and come back in here with the Roy Jones attitude. I didn't want to have to do this, but they made it.
Why didn't you want to have to do this?
Because I don't like trying to hurt people. No, not I was out here trying to hurt that kid. If I would have got a chance, I would have killed that kid by mistake. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to do that. That's not my intention. My intention is to come out here and do good things and be done with it. That's why I don't like that old Roy Jones. You don't want to pull the RJ out. I don't want to see the
All right,
RJ.
did you need this kind of incentive
I'm crazy.
to bring out 105% of yourself?
Didn't I just say that? That's what it takes sometimes. You take something from me, I'm coming to get it back. I don't care. If you take it from me dishonestly, I'm coming to get it back. Now, if you beat me, we had a good night. I'm still going to come get it back. But if you take it dishonestly, I'm coming to get it.
All right, so you came out here with a totally different intention than you did the first fight.
You saw it. I went out here to box to give y'all no show, and I didn't want to give you too much to criticize me about. I had to want to do my thing. You understand? I ain't going to let you talk. I did the talking tonight. Roy Jones, Pensacola, we talk tonight. The Gulf Coast, Mississippi, all that, we talk tonight. The
Not
best
that
fight, the best fight in the world, Palestine, I talk tonight. Understand what I'm saying? I don't want to hear nothing else. All that rumors you hear about me and my organization breaking up, me and my organization.
This right here, man, this.
I just got two
All
organizations.
right, you just...
You a cold piece, Roy. You a cold piece.
When you get in war mode, man, when you raise up like I was raised up, you have to have a part of you that, it's a part of you that lives that you don't like to see, but you know it's there. And that night, that was there. So, like, everybody have problems controlling themselves at that point. That's why most people go to jail. They get to that point and they can't control it. Me, I learned how to control it. I try to control it, but that night right there, when that bell rung, I'm no control.
What was your relationship with HBO? Because as a consumer, somebody that's watching the content, I feel like they respected you, but it was times when I felt like the criticism was too harsh. I soon learned when I got into a position what that was, but what was your relationship with HBO?
Had a good relationship with HBO as an organization. I never really cared for the questions that Larry sometimes asked and the way that he reacted to them, but as a grown man being raised in the South, you learn to try to have respect for your elders. And that's why the things that I was saying in the interview, I was talking to and about him, but I didn't want to do like Floyd did and just be like, come down on him like that because I got more class than that. You feel me? So I wasn't gonna go directly at that old dude. He a grandfather guy. You can't just cuss Larry out.
Even though he said he would fight for it.
Yeah, I understand, but I can't just cuss him out. You know what I mean? So you gotta tactfully play his game the way he played. That's what I did. Then I tactfully
seen that.
outplayed him in his own game.
I seen that. You really shut him down.
I had to.
Tapped him on the shoulder. I ain't want to give you too much to talk about tonight there either.
Exactly.
I mean, from this point, Roy, after you beat Montel Griffin the second time, you just go on a tear. You beat Virgil Hill, with a right hand that sounded like a shotgun. And you going through Lou Duval, Otis Grant. Didn't Lou Duval, was he the one that dropped you in New York? But you got up and dealt with him. Richard Frazier, Reggie Johnson, David Telesco, Harden Hall. And I read an article right before you fought Julio Cesar Gonzalez at the Staples Center. And we talked about this yesterday, but a writer was saying how if you're tired of this, there needs to be a Roy Jones boycott. That's how you stop it. I guess he's talking about the level of competition you fighting and all that kind of stuff. What do you make of something like that when you at that stage in your career?
What's funny about it is you would never heard him saying nothing like that about Floyd. You won't hear him saying nothing like that about Canelo. And I was fighting just whatever the best they bought me. HBO offered Darius Mikucheski $5 million to come over here and fight. He got the WBO belt. I got every other belt in the weight class. he won't come. What you want me to do about that?
They made it seem like you was just picking and choosing. How much control did you have with your opponents at HBO?
Really, not much at all, because HBO give you an option. They say you can
2 to
fight
3.
A, B, or C. So I didn't have a lot of control. And I really wasn't trying to duck too much either, because I wanted every belt I can get. So whatever it took to get a belt, I'm going to do. I don't care who that was.
Man, I lost my father October 26, and you fought Clinton Woods September 7th. I was going through a rough time in my life, man. I lost my daddy. I was in the streets and drinking heavy, you know, just trying to figure it out, man. And I was numb, man. But you fought Clinton Woods in Portland, and I really needed that, man. I was able to be around you that week because you was working with Jay, and that thing really lifted me up, and I was able to hold your belt. And if you look at that fight, I think pre-fight and post-fight, you can see me, I had like a yellow striped shirt on, and you know, I had a grill in my mouth, everything, man. I was trying to figure it out. That's again, it was another tremendous performance. I mean, it was, you know, Clinton was tough, another tough dude, but just the way you did it, man. You came to the ring, way up in the arena dancing. You did what Roy Jones does. You entertain outside the ring, you entertain inside the ring. You handle your business against Clinton Woods. And I'm in the back of the press conference. I tried to get your shoes that night too, you wouldn't give them to me. I tried to get them leather shoes you had on, blue and white. So I said, real, let me get these. He said, man, these are my only leather ones I got. I tried to get them though. But I'm in the press conference. I see Antonio Tarver in the press conference. He got his phone on speaker like this with his manager. And he's following you, trying to go to all your fights, trying to get a fight, trying to get a fight. And I'm hearing, like, you know, I remember the media bringing him up a lot. Like, he doing his job. He not really a big name at that time. Y'all come from the same place. Y'all Florida, different counties, but same state. And y'all got history with the Sunshine State Games or something like that. Y'all had some history. But I'm seeing this dude, and I ain't really understanding until later on what he was doing. I'm hearing the media asking you about Tarver, and you said, if I can't get John Ruiz, I'm gonna fight Antonio Tarver. Just put a pin right there. We're gonna get back to Antonio Tarver in just a second. But you do get the opportunity to fight John Ruiz. Now, you're fighting at light heavyweight, right? 175. People don't know a lot of times that fighters walk around 15, 20. How heavy did you walk around?
85, 90.
So you 85, 90 on any given day?
85.
In between, okay. It's about 10 pounds over the weight. How did the John Ruiz situation come about, and when did it become real?
The way it really came about was, I was getting ready to fight Clinton Woods, and one night I had a dream. I dreamed that I was fighting for the heavyweight championship of the world. I woke up the next day, called a few people. I said, hey, I need to go to Atlanta and talk to Jim Thomas, who was Holyfield's lawyer at the time.
Because they had fought.
Yeah, they had fought once, they were about to fight again. But Holyfield was champion at the time. So I went to Atlanta, broke camp, went to Atlanta, met with Jim Thomas and Evander, and asked Evander to fight. So no, I already want to, I ain't got nothing to gain. What you mean you got nothing to gain? They're gonna make probably more money, you're gonna make fighting than anybody else. Yeah, but I ain't really got nothing to gain. All right, I don't beg nobody for nothing. All right, peace, I left, went back. After I beat Clinton Woods, maybe even before, I ain't sure one other, John Reese beat Holyfield.
Then he dropped him?
He dropped my guy Greg Fritz. Apparently had said something to them about it. John Reese said, I'll fight Roy Jones. I said, you would do what? He'll do what? I said, I'll fight Roy Jones. And that's how it came about.
So you ended up getting that fight and you hired Mackie Shieldstone. Why you hired Mackie?
Because Mackie had took Michael Spinks from being a legitimate light heavyweight to being a legitimate heavyweight when Michael Spinks beat Larry Holmes. So I knew that he could do it. And Brandon Lewis, who was the son of Bush Lewis, me and Brandon became cool. You know, although Bush used to represent Bernard, after Bush passed, me and Brandon became really cool. So Brandon still knew how to get in touch with Mackie. And Nathan had also looked up Mackie and found Mackie. So with her finding Mackie and him, everything led to Mackie. You know, she already found him, then Brandon talking about him. So I'm like, you know what, maybe I should go check this out. So I went and met with him and talked to him.
Man, that documentary you and Mackie got, man, is powerful, man.
Yeah,
like,
man.
I probably watched that thing a couple hundred times. I probably watched it a couple hundred times because you was in New Orleans training. A lot of times Mackie wants you to come to him because he got all his resources and whatnot there. And I just see your body, man, go from, you know, a light heavyweight to just getting chiseled. But Mackie is really big on the functional strength. And, you know, man, there was that documentary, man. If people ain't seen that doc, you got to go see that doc. And that ultimately led me to go work with Mackie when I went up in weight. I said, it's good for Roy, it's good for me.
Exactly.
But you end up fighting John Ruiz. The record with Bob Fitzsimmons, it had been held for 106, 107 years.
And nobody did that in 106 years.
Hadn't come from middleweight to become heavyweight champion.
Nobody did it in over 106 years.
And you big on history.
Yep.
So I know that was also a motivator too.
Of course.
The payday was a good motivator too, taking that risk.
But I want to make history.
And you know, Ruiz did, he played his role. He tried to do the, you know, the intimidation thing, and he came with the pimp suit saying he, you know, all that kind of stuff. And I remember them even, you had some wild like stuff leading up to your fights though. Like people saying you wasn't gonna show up. Like what about your career made you think that, made somebody think you wasn't gonna show up in this moment? Like where that stuff be coming from?
The same guy that talking about shit boycott the fights.
Right.
When they some of the most interesting fights, no matter who I fight, it's some of the most interesting fights ever.
Yeah.
Same thing.
So it's a storyline.
Storyline.
So you go in a fight and he tries to do what he's supposed to do, press you, but you got enough weight and mass up under, we can't bully you. Did you feel his strength though? Did it feel different?
It didn't really feel different because I've been sparring with David Azan. David Azan was a strong heavyweight too, strong African heavyweight. So I knew what the strength was. I've been sparring with it. That didn't feel no different to me.
You felt good with the work Mackie gave you?
Of course, my weight was
You
good.
could see it like, oh, I'm different.
Without a question. I can feel it.
And you end up hurting Ruiz in that fight with a straight right hand, right down the pipe. Legs went. And at that point, I think it was Foreman and Lamp and Merchant. I feel like it kind of shifted now from what's gonna happen to, oh, the little guy just hit the big guy. And that's when it shifted. Man, you become the heavyweight champion that night. I was there in that fight, man. I don't know why I wore this, but I got like, it's like a swap meet back in Oakland called Durant Square. You can get anything you want at Durant Square. Man, I had a gold suit on, bro. I had a gold suit on, probably a year out from the Olympics. I had a gold shirt, gold everything, gold hat. I'm at the post-fight press conference again. And you doing your thing, and I look over here, Antonio Tarver again. But this time, he interrupted the whole press conference. So my young mind, I'm still trying to figure out the pro game. I'm just watching. I'm just like in awe. Like, man, I'm juiced and excited. I said, man, dude just won the heavyweight championship. And I'm looking like, why Tarver here again? I can't, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't fully understand it. I know he want to fight you, but in my mind, I'm like, get that man this moment. But he trying to, he hungry. He interrupted the press conference. And I'm paraphrasing, but he basically said, man, Roy Jones, you've been ducking me. You know, I'm trying to give me a shot. And I remember, you took your focus off the media for a second. You said, I'm gonna whoop you. I'm gonna deal with you. I'm gonna whoop you. And in my young mind, I'm like, why we looking at him? Like, what was it about Antonio Tarver that made you go from, you just won a heavyweight championship, to look at him who was in a light heavyweight, and at that time didn't have the stature you had?
It wasn't about him, me being the ultimate competitor. Anybody that they think might have a chance, I want it. So it ain't just about him. If y'all think he got a chance, well, just who I was. Now what I didn't realize was that was the first time I ever went up that high in weight. My body had never been at 200 pounds before. I didn't realize pulling that back down was gonna be so hard and so drastic. But I didn't know that. So I thought, and I didn't know that Fitzsimmons won the light heavyweight title, I think after he won the heavyweight title. He won the middleweight title.
So he went down.
Won the heavyweight title, then he won the light heavyweight title. I thought he won the light heavyweight title, and regained the light heavyweight title. So after I came back and beat him the first time, knowing how much it took out of me, I should have stopped.
Let me take it back for a second. I know you said, I think you got a different, the way you remember it is different than the way Jay remembers, right? You know, because I'm a student of the game, man, and I'm asking a lot of questions and I'm trying to figure things out, right? The way Jay remembers it, you tell me what you disagree with or what you agree with. Jay said that, he said you was chasing Tyson. Jay said that he was the connection to Tyson. He was able to get Tyson to the table, and he said y'all met at his ranch in Houston. The way Jay tells it, he said that he pretty much got y'all to agree to a 25 million minimum. You know, y'all still had to go get the money, but y'all kind of agreed, hey, I'm cool with this, you cool with that. And he said that Tyson was in the meeting like, brother, we could do it 2 times, brother. Brother, we could do it twice. And he was like, nah, let's just focus on this one thing. Jay said y'all went from that meeting to a meeting in Vegas with the Maloof brothers, who used to own the Sacramento King. They could only come up to 17. And Jay said, man, Roy was dead set on 25. And he said, Roy said, let me think about it. So you went back and he said you came back and was like, nah, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna fight Tarver. And after I beat him, they gonna come up to the 25. Mm-hmm. Is that how you remember?
That's not how I remember. All I remember was I told Don King, and me and Jay did try to talk to Tyson, but Tyson said he was through.
Like he ain't fighting no more?
He ain't fighting no more.
Okay.
I don't ever remember Tyson saying, yeah, I want to do it, because I told him the only person I will fight as a heavyweight is Mike Tyson. Mm-hmm. I ain't fighting no other heavyweight.
And Holyfield wasn't an option at that point?
Yeah, turned me down. I'm not giving him a shot. When I wanted a shot from him, he told me no. Yep. I'm not giving him no shot. He don't have a chance. Only person I would have fought was Mike. So if you bring me 17, I only got 10 to fight John. I want to fight Mike anyway. Why would I not take that? It's kind of crazy.
And the upside would have been crazy.
That's what I'm saying. So why would I not take that?
The upside would have been crazy.
Here I am. I don't owe 12 or nothing. Like you said, I don't got to waste time with him. If I got a bad to go fight Mike, this is what I want to do anyway, I'm going to go fight Mike. I just said that I think I said it in the ring after the fight. If I didn't, I said it in the press conference. The only heavyweight I stay here and fight is if Mike want to fight. If Mike don't want to fight, I'm going back down. Mike said he was through. He don't want to fight. He's through fighting right now. So I went back and went to hit him for a talk. That's how I remember. Like I said, if you gonna give me time and a half, I ain't no more afraid of Mike Tyson than I am of John Ruiz. You gonna give me the time and a half when I got to fight him? Yeah. You damn right I'm gonna take that.
17, a good number.
I'm still going up.
With an upside.
You feel me? Come on now. I'm gonna take that. That's just not who I am. I ain't gotta fight him. I'm gonna take less money to fight him than to fight Mike.
That's what I didn't understand.
And I'm 200 pounds? You think I give a damn about fighting Mike and I'm 200? No. If you lose to him, you lost to a bomb. You lose to Tyson, don't nobody care. You wasn't no heavyweight no way. I ain't gonna lose to him, but still, that's how you gotta look at it. So why would I not take time and a half to fight Mike over taking less to fight him?
That's what I never understood.
Don't make sense, does it? So why would I do that? But when Mike said he was through, he didn't want to fight no more, I was cool with it.
So you felt like you didn't have no other options at heavyweight?
That's all I could. That's the only thing that left.
Did you consult with Mackie before taking the weight off?
I didn't consult with him first time. First time I took it off myself. Second time, I consulted with him to take it off. Yeah. First time I did it myself, and I won. Second time I went with him.
I was in the building that night. I was in the nosebleed. I remember it was back and forth, but I knew even at that age, man, I knew it was a weight thing. And taking nothing from Tarver, man, Tarver is a rangy dude, you know, good skills, and you know, he a really good fighter, man, and you know, good left hand, all that stuff. And he's a hard fighter to fight. He's not an easy fighter to fight, you know. But I remember just looking, and I was like, man, this. And my coach used to always say, Virgil used to always say, man, when you go up, you don't come back down.
That's true.
You don't come back down. The difference between you and the average dude, like that wasn't fat.
Not at all.
It wasn't like I'm overweight and I need to lose some weight. Man, that man put on detailed muscle. Like everything got a plan.
Yeah, of course.
How long did you train with Mackie?
6 weeks.
So I seen that in that fight. You bit down, you got through it, and I'm like, whoo, we got through that one. What's the talk a week, 2 weeks after that fight about a rematch or no rematch or going up, going back up? Like what's going on?
Going back up. Only thing was there for everybody want to see that again. All right, I'm gonna go to Mecca this time because I had a hard time with it myself. Go to Mecca this time and it was a little bit different. Mm-hmm. Got the weight off a little bit better. But to me, in my mind, I let them tell me to do something that you never do in boxing. They said, you got to go out here and be a shark. You got to go for the knockout. And my dad always told me, you never go fight a guy to knock him out, because you live by the gun, you die by the gun. You go fight guys to beat them. If the knockout come, cool. That was the first time I let them talk me into going out trying to knock somebody out.
Did your father intervene at all? Did he talk to you at all? Did he give you a call or say, hey, man, I seen the fight? Any of that?
Not at all.
Nothing after Tarver won?
Nothing at all.
You feeling people? You see reading stuff people say on Roy Law? Because again, you got this air of invincibility, so that's a big deal.
It is.
For Roy to be in a close fight.
Yeah, that's right. It's a big deal for Roy to be in a close fight, but I know part of what it is, but it's like, too, what I also didn't realize was that because I had no aspirations at the time to be a cruiserweight champ, because the weight class was so new, and so, to me, it was just not really a good weight class. So because I had nothing else to do, I just did that. And in this game, if you don't have a focus or a goal, you shouldn't do it. I didn't have no focus, no goal. I was just fighting because I ain't gonna run from nobody. But then they sent me in with a bad plan. And when you trying to, like I said, me, usually after that last punch I throw, I'm gone. Because y'all got me trying to knock him out, I ain't thinking about going. I was thinking about trying to get to him still. And that's what messed me up.
But I know you didn't feel right.
No, I didn't feel right at all, no.
You couldn't have felt right.
My body was horrible. I wasn't feeling right at all. But still, I was so much better than him, though. If I wouldn't have been trying to knock him out, I would still have beat him. Easy. I was destroying him up to that point. Everything he stuck out there, I was killing. Everything.
Was you coherent? Was you cognizant when they waved it off?
Yeah.
Or you was kind of...
I was coherent, I knew.
How was you feeling, man?
I knew that the people I had around me at the time, at that point, they wasn't deep enough in boxing to really understand. And I think I probably, Mac was good for the weight, but I should never have let him get into the scheming. Because when he got to the scheming...
About the fight.
Yeah, that's what messed the whole thing up. Should let him do what he do and find somebody else to do what I need done. But at that point, it was kind of late in the game. I ain't even know nobody I trust like that. Whatever.
Man, I remember I was at an amateur tournament in Jersey, man. And I didn't watch the fight because I think we was at a tournament. I didn't fight that night, but I had to be there. Man, and people told me what happened, man. I was hot. I woke up the next day, felt like I lost. I'm talking about I woke up with a cloud over. I'm like, bro.
But you know what kind of a influence you gotta have like that? How many times you seen somebody lose a fight and other grown men don't even know him cry? That's crazy. That's a hell of an influence you had on people for that to go that deep like that. You so bad that when you lose, it feel like the whole world lost. You understand where I'm coming from? To me, that says more about the personality that I was or I am than anything about it. Because if Superman got killed, the whole world died. The whole world feel bad, right. You feel me? And that's almost what happened. Felt like Superman got killed. And everybody was sick and sad. Even one that don't like Superman was sad.
Because nobody expected that to happen.
Of course.
You know?
Of course.
And people had that same view of you. I don't know what it is with you, Roy, but I ain't seen too many people that don't like Roy Jones. I'm sure it's the people out there, but I'm saying most people that I run into and have contact with, even the people I told that people I didn't even know was boxing fans. Oh, that's my favorite fighter. Man, you want to interview Roy? You had that impact throughout the years. I don't know if it's how you went about your craft. I don't know if it's the personality. I don't know if it's the skill set or everything, but you got that impact on people, man.
It's a gift from God. And I always had that gift from God. And I try to explain it to people, but it's hard to understand. But it's like when you humble yourself and you become so closely oriented to what God has for you or what God wants you to do, and you believe in what he show you and what he tell you, then it creates a different aroma about you. So for me, it's like my whole life, I just felt like things fall in place like it's supposed to because I believe. And I ask and I pray. Anything I ask for, I pretty much I get. So it's like, it's hard for me to ever doubt anything And it's hard for me sometimes to discern when I should and when I shouldn't. Because I don't never want to be the person that he said go and I don't go. You understand me? Now, if he showed me don't go, I ain't gonna go. But I don't never want to be the person if he said go and I don't go. So when I do stuff like that, it's like, hey, that's who you are. That's who you been. So whatever they want, come on get it. It's just who I was. I ain't never thought to duck nothing. And I didn't never, like people ask me, how do you want to be remembered? I said, two things. A, I ain't ducking nothing. I said, B, and this is one of the most important to me, I'd rather go home a fair loser than a cheating winner. Because you can't cheat God. And that's just that simple.
After that fight, I mean, you lost to Tarver.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Dude, you've been, y'all been at each other for years. Every loss ain't created equal. Some of them hurt a little bit more based on how they happened, but who they happened. The hands of whoever it happened to. Did you stay in Vegas a little bit of time to kind of just relax? You came straight home.
Came straight home.
When you get back home, what's that next week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks like for you and your family?
It's rough for me because I'm not a loser. And I ain't never had that happen to me before. So it was very rough, but at the same time, you gotta keep a level head and you can't let life get you because when you look at it, look how long you was at the top. Look how much impact you had while you was at the top. Look how impactful your whole career has been. You gonna get sad because one thing happened? Because you just pushing your body to the limits? You mad about that? You knew that to make history, you're gonna have to sacrifice something. So when it turns out that making history also may have caused you a downfall, you mad about that? Or did you want to make history? Because sometimes, it's like, sometimes you gotta sacrifice for what you really want. Sometimes a woman have a kid, sometimes she gotta get a C-section because it won't come out right. That's a scar that she gonna have for life. But when she look at that baby, she won't give a damn about that scar no more. Why? Well, she had to go through to get what she want. So it's like, when I look at that, it's like a C-section. I had to go through to get what I want. I want a history. If you gotta cut my throat off to get history, I want a history. If it killed me making history, so be it. I want history. I want to do something that the people gonna remember me for the rest of my life. If that costs me everything else, I don't care. That's what I want. That's why not many people make history. Mm-hmm. They ain't willing to die for it. Mm-hmm. I was. So now, people say whatever, but it's like, I hear them talk. I listen, but I don't listen because I don't really care. Because when you go back and look at the tape, you saw them boys looking at that book tonight. Ain't nobody got nothing more fascinating than that book. Nobody. You can't find a more fascinating boxer than that boxer in that book and they looking. So y'all can say what they want to say, but who did it better? Who did what he did on any level? Southpaw, right-handed, who did it? They ain't rapped about it. Got a song say if he put it on the line, Roy Jones will be 1 through 9. Number 10 will be blank. The experts need time to think. Mm-hmm. That means I'm an expert. But from what I saw, Roy Jones, number 10, Southpaw. Ooh, I go get. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. Really? Really?
Right.
Come on, man. So who was able to produce that kind of stuff, then come back and make music about it? Mm. You understand me? You so cold, you can rap about yourself. And people go for it. That's why Can't Be Touched. That's why Can't Be Touched is still hot today. All right. You so cold, you doing people so bad that you can rap about yourself and people love it. Yeah, to this day, they use them for motivation. Who else do that? Mm. Who else did that? Nobody. So you gonna be mad because of the way it went down after the hikes that you done went to? You done went to the highest mountain probably ever been went to in this game. I can't find no highlights colder than them. Not in boxing. And you gonna be mad about the way it ended? Really? No, I can't be. What people don't understand, I saved his life. Mm. He was basically a crackhead, done.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know he had struggles like that.
Yeah, he was done. He saw me get cheated in the Olympics, got up off the couch, went and ran 3 miles, and they went back to drugs since that. I saved his life. I'm mad. Why?
Yeah.
Why be mad when they still today trying to duplicate what I did? I'm mad about that. But now, when you say pound for pound, from 154 to 236 is a lot of 226 is a lot of poundage. No fighter has ever covered that much physical weight. Pacquiao got more weight classes, but 108 and 112, two were separate weight classes. 112 and 115 is two separate weight classes. 115 and 118 is two separate weight classes. A lot of those weight classes 3 pounds apart. Weight-wise, nobody covered the weight I covered. You understand me? Like you always say, nobody did it like I did. So why am I mad at myself? I gave y'all everything I had.
That's one thing I always respected about you. You know, no matter what happened, you looked down the barrel and you just dealt with it.
That's what it is.
You know, after that fight, you the type of dude to turn your phone off, not go outside? Or you just gonna keep living your life and say it is what it is?
Keep living my life. It is what it is. If you think you can beat me, you still can try. Just because he got lucky on me, you gonna whoop me.
Yeah.
You know, so I ain't gotta hide.
Where did the Glenn Johnson fight come from, though? The Road Warrior.
Just had an opportunity to see kind of get another title back. You know, when you got belts and you're a champion, you always want to be a champion. They say you can fight. If they told me I could fight for the title tomorrow, and I thought I could get in shape to do it, I probably would do it, because that's just who I am. You understand me? So it's like when that fight came about, I was like, I really should have pulled out because we had a hurricane. We was living off a generator. Couldn't really cook food, couldn't really shower, everything was bad. I should have pulled out, but in my personal self, I don't pull out. So what it meant for me, I'm gonna go take, because I'm not gonna pull out.
Pull out the fight.
I'm not gonna pull out. So I should have pulled out because of the hurricane, but I didn't.
Was it true that you didn't really train for that fight?
Well, I trained. I just was dehydrated, but I trained. I didn't never not train for fights. That's not true.
But did you train like you know you
I
needed to
trained
train?
like I know I need to train.
Yeah?
Yes. I did not train for no fight. Only thing, when I got older, I stopped being able to run because of my knee. Not that fight I still was running.
Was you still feeling that the body not being right after Tarver 2?
Of course. Had a problem getting the liquid to stay. Well, when they took me to the hospital after the Glenn Johnson fight, I was just dehydrated. But, you know, I had a hard time with that. Putting that weight, my body just couldn't really adjust to it.
Yeah.
When I took all that muscle off, I just couldn't get back to myself.
I'm gonna be real, your body didn't look right in that fight. Like, you seen the muscles, but they wasn't like they normally were, and you look real dry.
I was dehydrated.
You look dry.
Yeah.
And you came out, I just came back from the Olympics, and you walked out with my gold medal. You was rapping, doing your thing, and then Glenn Johnson had nothing to lose.
Yep.
I mean, his name is the Road Warrior because he was trying to get it out the mud however he could.
Of course. Wasn't very good of a puncher.
To me, you didn't look that sharp that night.
I wouldn't.
You know, I'm just like, man, he don't look right. And then he ended up landing a right hand, man, and you go down and they count you out. And again, man, I'm looking at this scene, man. I'm looking at your family in the front row. They going crazy, and it's like, I'm in disbelief. And I remember I'm walking around basically depressed, bro, that night in Memphis by myself.
Right.
Don't know nothing about Memphis. And I don't know who it was. I think it was the dude you always used to have with you.
Bill, yeah.
So I'm walking, man. I got my head down, and he like, hey, Ward. And he called me over there, and you was in your Rolls Royce. I think that's the hotel y'all was staying at, man. And you was just in the back seat by yourself. And you was just in there, and he opened the door. It's like something off a movie, bro. Like you in the back seat, and I was like, man, I love you, man. And I love you, Roy. And you were just like, man, it's all good, champ, it's all good. And I just, man, I went on about my way, man. But I ain't never forgot them moments, man.
That's all right.
But I'm riding with you regardless, though.
I appreciate that, brother.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Even during them times, you know.
Ain't a lot of people like that. You know what I mean?
You know, you was on a 10-year plus run and talking your talk and backing it up. So it's like, if Superman fall, oh, you gonna have some.
Of course.
That come with it.
Of course. I already know that.
That come with it. But after that, like, Roy, how are you adjusting? Like you hear and then you trying to get it out the mud again. You hearing the chirping, you seeing the headlines. I'm sure people acting funny. That's just how I go. Mm-hmm. How are you dealing with that as a man? that time in your life?
Yeah, I had to learn at an early age of my life. I had to learn how to detach, right? So I have no problem with detachment. I can detach from almost anything. Just take me a brief second, I'm out of there. Once I make up my mind, I'm done. You understand me? So it's like when people talk, I've been listening to people talk crazy about me my whole life. You feel me? So talking don't bother me because they've been doing that since before I started. They told me I never could make it because I was from Pensacola. That's why I always say Pensacola in the house. Because they say I couldn't make it. So it's like talk has never really been a thing to me. You know, I hear it, but I don't hear it. And most times I don't even read it.
But you had to feel it though.
You feel it, but at the
The
same
whole world
time,
was shook up off that.
Of course. But at the same time, you have to know that, like I said, for me, I'm smart, I see the bigger picture. Look what you went and did. What you expect to happen. Why you think anybody did that in 106 years? Why, Roy?
And I ain't been done since.
Why, Roy? So you gonna complain? Why you think that hasn't been done? You feel me? You're gonna be willing to sacrifice something to go get something. You don't get something for nothing in this world. You're gonna sacrifice. If you're gonna go hide in the embarrassment, then you're gonna have to go deeper in the embarrassment.
Did you hear from Big Roy during this time?
I heard from him when I lost. Yeah, of course. Of course. When I lost, he was Mr. Tell Me Everything. Think I want to hear that? Not at all. Where you been all this time? I really want to hear that. It's cool, I'm cool, I hear you, but I don't hear you. Now you want to come back and say, no, I'm your daddy, not your friend. No, you're not my daddy, I'm my friend. I wouldn't have you as a friend. I don't like you that much to call you my friend. You are a father, I can't stop you from being there. You're going to be there the rest of my life. By generation, you are my father. My parent. You're not my father for real. You're my parent. But I wouldn't have you as a friend. Because I don't like the way you live. And I'm sure you don't like the way I live. So it's best that we stay separated. That's what that was.
But you did bring him back for Tarver 3.
I tried.
I was surprised to see him.
I tried.
Was he in camp too, or he's just at the fight?
No,
How did it go? How did that camp go?
Not good, because I told him what I needed.
What made you even do that?
Because I knew that nobody could get me back to where I wanted to be. I knew the mistakes I was making. I knew what I needed. So I said, the only person going to understand it is him.
So you called him?
So I called him.
What was that conversation like?
Just, he was like, cool, come on, we can start back working. But when we start back working, you're not really working. You just there. You're not really working.
What do you mean?
Meaning that if I ask you something, you give me what you want to give me. You don't give me what I want for real or what I need for real. So you're not being real, just like I didn't expect you to be. So if you're not going to be real with me, I don't really need you. You feel me? You want to take this time, talk about what happened back over there. I'm talking what's happening right now. You understand me? You still stuck back there. Yeah. I can't go no with you. I can't go. I need you right here.
I need you right now.
You gave me here. You can't do me no good.
Yeah.
That's what that was.
I think I was on that undercard too. I remember you came up in the press conference, you ain't shaved. You ain't shaved or nothing, baby. You say, I'm here. I think you said like 2-3 words and walked out. Yeah, I remember that. We all got regrets, Roy. Is it that one regret or that 1 or 2 regrets that you like, man, if I can get that back right there, that right there, I'll get that one back.
After I beat Tarver the first time, I would have retired.
Oh, yeah?
My body went through a whole lot, and I know that now. Took me a little while to figure it out, but I realized after that first fight, I came down and won that first fight, I should stop for a minute. Give my body a chance to recover. I didn't give my body a chance to recover correctly.
Man, but you just got done telling me, I know your mentality. Close fight like that.
That wasn't gonna happen. I already knew that.
Yeah. I can't see you retiring and staying
now.
now.
I'm just saying that's what I should have did.
That's what you should have did.
You said if I regret anything, that's probably what I should have did.
But you wouldn't have been able to walk that out.
That's not who I am. I got to see.
That fighting mentality cold, man. Yeah. It's like even in life, right? Like marriage or relationships with other people, friends or whatever, business. That stuff don't always work in real life.
Not at all.
It working at gym and it working at ring, but that kill or that competitiveness, that mindset, I ain't gonna, I ain't taking no losses, no shorts. I'm gonna do it my way. That type of stuff, man. And I'm speaking to myself, man. That stuff can get. It ain't always good for the real world, Roy.
It's not good for the real world, but if it's who you are, You don't change that overnight. If that's who you are, that tree gonna be a tree. You understand where I'm coming from? That rock gonna be a rock. You can throw it, you can slang it, you can chop it down, it's still gonna be a tree. It's still gonna be a rock. Just what it is.
But you don't think we should be evolving though?
You can evolve, yes. Evolution is also what got us all messed up right now. We evolve instead of going downhill. Like you said, look at the amateur situation. We trying to evolve. We not doing no better. We getting worse. Look at the last Olympics. Look at the stuff that just happened at the last Olympics. It's not getting better. It's getting worse. So you can evolve, but it's like this world is not about evolution. You understand me? This world is not about that. If it was, we'd be getting better. Everything getting worse. So what make you think we can evolve? We can't. We're not going to evolve. We like to, but we're not going to. People don't have enough understanding or compassion or respect for one another for us to evolve. If they had those things, we could evolve. But everybody got different plans, different. Like you say, Cuban got a school to take care to put all y'all in that school.
They got a whole school.
You understand me? So you ain't do the same thing. You box, they take y'all out, they put y'all in the school. Why? Because they want y'all to all get together and evolve. Move as a unit. Where we do that at? Where we do that at? We can't get along as a team. So how we gonna evolve? Ain't gonna happen.
I'm not gonna ask you what make you happy in life, but at this stage in your life, what gives you peace?
My chickens, my animals, my family, and some of my friends. Actually, and my fighters.
Birds say fighters head cases.
They are. That's why I like them. If you understand them, then you can deal with them. If you don't understand them, then you can't deal with it. To me, one of the best blessings in life is the blessing of understanding. If you understand what you're dealing with, then you got a lot. You're ahead of the game. If you understand who you are or what you're dealing with, then you got a problem. But if you understand who you are or what you're dealing with, you're ahead of the game. Me, I always knew that I'm mild-mannered, and I try to stay as nice as I can. I try to stay super nice because the other side ain't good. And the other side, what you tell people, don't do that. So you got to learn to always turn to go over there as opposed to going there. Because if you ever go there, you're giving up too much and you causing other people. It ain't just you gonna cause other people. So you should try to stay over there as much as you can. Because yeah, it's over here, but that's not how you should live. You feel me? That's my evolution. It's over there, but that ain't how I should live. So just do that and be cool.
Tell me the impact. Your wife, man, is similar to my wife, where my wife is a rock for me, man, and she not always in the forefront though. She be out the way. Like people see her at the fight sometimes, they see her, but they're always trying to like, what's up with your wife? They always want to see more and hear more from her. Tell me the impact your wife Natalie has had and just riding with you all these years.
She had been probably the most strongest and the most important impactful person in my life. Without her, I probably wouldn't be here still because I ain't wrapped too tight. I already know that. So she kind of keep me in line. You know what I mean? It's like I don't care for her fashion. I don't care for nothing. It's just not who I am. You know what I'm saying? Me, like in here, this all her work. I don't want nothing to do with nothing in here. I work outside. I'm old school. You feel me? Anything that be done outside, I got you. I know him to go get that done. Inside, that's you. So we have a great balance. I understand what I'm supposed to do, and she understands what she's supposed to do. But her being the person that she is, the ride or die that she's been, has been hella helpful to me because, it made life a whole lot easier. When you got a person that you can depend on, it makes it a lot easier. When you ain't got that, it's tough.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine being on my run without having my wife.
Yep.
I couldn't imagine.
I couldn't imagine going through all the stuff I went through after my run without having my wife.
Come on.
Yep. Because all the stuff I went through, it's like Fred Living used to tell me that all the time too, though. He said, after all I go through, no matter what it is, when I come home and I can lay my head on her chest or lay me next to her, and she rub my head and tell me it's all right, or nothing else matter. And I understood that because in the autumn dark times, you get home and she there, she make you feel like ain't nothing, like it's just as bright as it's ever been.
That's real. I'm gonna wrap the career up in a minute, and I'm gonna get to this Tyson exhibition. But why did you keep going? Was it I gotta get that back? Was it, finance? Like why did you keep going?
It's never gonna get that back. For me, I'm gonna go till I want to stop. And it's like y'all didn't tell me when to start, so how y'all gonna tell me when to stop? You feel me? It's like that's just who I am. Y'all didn't tell me when to start boxing. Y'all didn't know I ever could be anything boxing. So why I'm gonna let y'all tell me when I stop boxing? I'll stop when I get ready to stop. A loss ain't gonna stop me. And nothing that's gonna stop me. I stop when I get ready to stop. Meanwhile, I don't need to hear what y'all say. I understand y'all, but y'all didn't put this in me to make me fight. So y'all can't take this out of me to make me fight.
That's some cold stubbornness, though.
It's what it is, though.
But it's also probably the same stubbornness that made you great, made you get up and train, made you face certain dudes you fought.
If I didn't have that, I wouldn't have been who I was. Like I said, you can't change that rock for me in a rock. It's gonna be a rock. You can throw it for you want to throw it, it's still gonna be a rock.
Was any of it fear? Just
Never
not knowing what's next?
Never fear. I always knew what was going on. I really don't care. I just I'm a competitor. If I can compete, I'm happy. If I can't compete, I'm not happy.
If you get the right call right now, will we see you?
Nah.
Exhibition, not
exhibition,
fight.
yeah, you probably would. Right exhibition, right situation, yeah, I probably would, just because I love it.
Now, you had a big one with Mike Tyson in 2020. I mean, the pandemic going on. That was on Triller. How did you get the call? Like, who set that up?
Mike called me himself.
He called you himself?
Yeah, he called me himself.
What was you thinking when he called you?
I ain't know, but I knew I've been wanting to fight him for a long time. So, you need a dance partner? Yeah, let's go. And the pandemic going on, ain't nobody got nothing. Everybody ain't got nothing to look at. Let's go. Let's get it.
How much did you train for that fight?
A lot.
Yeah?
I ran on hurt knees.
Did you go to PA for that?
Yep.
You went to camp?
Yep.
You went to camp for that?
I went to camp for that.
Ooh.
I had to.
He for sure went to camp.
Of course. That's why I
came out there looking like a lion.
That's why I had to go.
You knew he was going to take it serious.
Of course I knew it.
But y'all fight in 2020, y'all did numbers.
Yep.
I think y'all did 1.6 or something like that. I think it was $80 million in revenue. Was there any truth to the fact that Triller didn't pay the fighters what they were supposed to pay?
A lot of truth to the fact.
Yeah?
The lady that started it, Sophie Watts, yeah, she started it. She got us all to sign and get everything together. Then she went and sold the whole situation to Triller. We didn't know that till afterwards.
So she signed, I don't understand.
We signed a contract with her.
With her?
She took it all out. She got it and got the rights to everything that she's supposed to get. She sold all her stuff to Triller.
Before or after the fight?
Before.
Okay.
We didn't even know it. I didn't find it after the fight.
Mike didn't know either.
I don't think so, but
Because he said something after the fight. He's like, I didn't get all my money.
No, he didn't, because we didn't know.
I think did 1.6 million buys with $80 million revenue.
Exactly. Nobody told us. We didn't know till after the fight that she had sold the fight to Triller.
So wasn't no way to get that back?
Nope. No way.
Ooh, I'd have been mad.
What? Mad wasn't the word.
I mean, that's the one. That's that shot in the arm.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying? At that stage?
That's the one you needed. And that's what happened. So he ain't lying.
Man. Yeah. That's a cold piece. I got a couple of quick hits and we're gonna get out of here, man. Mm-hmm. Talk to me about your slide game, man. So, I don't know, because you've been wearing slides, right? But I don't never see you in sneakers no more.
No.
You used to wear Jordans and stuff back in the day. Are you at the age now where it's comfort over style? Or are you just doing what you say you always been doing?
It's really comfort over style, but...
Your feet hurt?
No, they don't really hurt, but they feel much more comfortable like this. Walking in shoes every day, I feel restricted.
Yeah.
Why I gotta have shoes on? You know? Now when I'm gonna do work, I put shoes on.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But it's like, I started the flip-flop sock game. I was the first one. I was country, as they call it. Yeah. I did it. Now everybody do it. So I'm cool, but I don't care for fashion.
At all?
Nah, not really.
But you used to put it on back in the day, though.
I did,
You was dripping so you had the ice?
That was her.
You didn't care even back then?
That was her. I never let nothing get in the way of me and what God had planned for me.
He ain't want you to dress nice?
I ain't think he did. I ain't think he really cared how I dressed.
Yeah.
I thought he cared what come out of here.
God.
You feel me? So I ain't really worried about it. I mean, I did dress nice when I could sometimes because I knew my kind of nice, but on the next level, I ain't.
But I'm saying even the Jordan stuff though, the way you used to wear that
I
Jordan
used
stuff.
to have that nice. Now I knew how to do that. That's what I do.
Did I'm saying even that type of stuff.
I knew how to do that. Now I did do that the right way, but outside of that, I wasn't big on it.
Tell me about this just getting older thing, man, because I've been struggling lately, man.
How you been struggling?
I've been struggling, man. I ain't saying I'm going through a midlife crisis or nothing.
Right.
But me and Father Time, we done had a couple bouts. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't feeling the gray here. I like grays on other people.
Yeah.
But I'm 40, I ain't ready yet. And Bird just see me, hey, brother, let them grays come in, brother. I'm like, Bird, you 70.
Yeah.
I'm not ready. You waking up with aches and pains, don't know how you got them, you tired in the middle of the day, you gotta drink coffee, all kind of crazy. How you dealing with Father Time?
The way I deal with Father Time is I heard he undefeated.
I heard that too.
So I kind of leave him alone. You know? Kind of leave him alone, let him ride. You feel me?
I'm crazy. I'm trying to fight him right now. I'm trying to give him that first loss.
I leave him alone. I heard he undefeated.
So you just accept it.
You got to, Drake. What else we gonna do? You gonna go out there and look like a fool doing something crazy, trying to outdo him? Nah, bro. Who has outdone him?
Yeah. So you ain't trying to color the grays in. Nah. You ain't gonna do the Floyd and get the hair surgery?
Nope, because when you see Roy, you should see what you see. That's how Roy always been. You see Roy, that's Roy.
What you see is what you get.
What you see Roy is, like you said, you didn't never want to meet a person that you thought was here, and you find out that they're really down here. You understand where I come from? So it's like, when you see what you see on that screen, what you see in me, what it really is. That's all I got. That's all I want to have, though. I don't care about nothing else.
I got a couple more. How did you feel when you got that call, man, to be inducted into the International Boxing Hall of Fame first ballot? You shouldn't have had no questions about it.
I loved it, man. It was cool. I enjoyed it. And what was fun for me was that I was able to go there and do it like nobody else has ever did. You know? And that was a big thing for me because I came in with a bang and I wanted to go out with a bang. Yeah. And God blessed me to do that.
What's your life like right now? What do you do on a day-to-day basis?
Wake up, get my little workout in, mess around with my chickens and my dogs, have a good day, go see my uncle. Me and my uncle always been cool.
Yeah, how's he doing?
He doing good.
Good,
yeah. Then go to my gym, train my guys. And they're always fun because they're going to keep me fussing and raising hell about something, but they keep me on my A game. And I'm going to tell you one more thing, Dre, and this is a true fact. Even though my body went through those changes, if the people wouldn't have cut away from around me, the guys that I had, I used to train, I still wouldn't have got beat by Tarver. Because me having these guys around kept me sharp on what I was supposed to do and what not to do. Because nobody else understood my game. My coach, he coached me. He's a great coach and a great person, but he didn't understand my game. Nobody understood my game but me. So I put my game in all my little homies. So now when I watch them, I'm watching me. So the little mistakes that I would make, if I'm watching them, they would remind me not to do that because I see them do it. And I got to tell the same way I'm training these guys now. When I see them do stuff, it make me catch it right away because I know what should be done, should not be done. But you can't see yourself. So if you take everybody away from around me, now I got nothing to look at. I ain't gonna watch myself in the mirror all the time. I can't. How am I watch myself in the mirror while I'm sparring? I can't do that. So had they left me alone and let me work with what I was doing, I still wouldn't have got beat. Because I would have remembered what that looked like. I would have remembered what that looked like. I would have remembered what you taught him to do when he in that situation. Because I'm getting reminded daily because I got him around. I get reminded daily having these cats around. Because everybody gonna do something messed up and they're gonna do it in a different way. So it made me cover all grounds. You understand me? Even she know how to stay off the line now. She looked at the fight the other day and called me and tell me, you know why you got hit with that shot? That's been 20 damn years ago. You just not figuring out.
Let me live, please.
You just not figuring out why I got caught. You think I don't know?
Yeah.
Come on, man. But the old saying, iron sharpens iron. If you keep people around that you got doing the right thing, they're going to keep you sharp. So that's why I like training them. Because watching them watching one keep me sharp for the next. You understand me? Because put it into them what I did and how I did it. So it's like, I don't want you to beat me. I want you to have my concept. Dominate every round. Have my concept. You ain't gotta be me. I don't care how you do it. I'm just gonna give you some concept and give you some ways to go about achieving that concept. But I don't want you to be me. I want you to be you. That's one thing you was able to do. You know how to be you. Mm-hmm. You understand me? I want you to be you. But I want you to use the same mental concept as I use. Because this concept is a monster. Mm. Just got to figure out what part of it makes you more valuable than the next man.
Man, you better than me. I like the fact that you got a gym and have had a gym on your property for a long time and you stay tied to the game in that type of way. I don't know if it was just my way of like detoxing from the game, but I've probably been to the boxing gym a handful of times in 7 years.
Yeah, I believe that.
It's like, it's mixed feelings. You know what I'm saying? Like, part of it make me sad. The other part, if I stay there too long, something gonna happen. I might be picking up the phone, you know what I'm saying? Jay, hey, let me holler at you. It's weird. It's a weird little feeling. Like, I'm happy, but I'm not happy.
Because that feeling ain't never going nowhere.
Yeah.
Trust me, that feeling ain't never going nowhere.
I mean, you seen me today. Like, I wasn't even thinking about doing no slap boxing, no sparring, no nothing. When I put my shoes on,
you gotta know what everybody.
I was like, these look nice.
Hey, you gotta know what everybody.
I started bouncing up. Hey man, let's get it. It ain't going nowhere. It's been 7 years, right?
That's why I keep trying to tell you. It ain't gonna go nowhere.
It ain't going nowhere.
It ain't gonna go nowhere. Because if it did, then you never got to be what you got to be. You would never accomplish what you accomplished. If that would leave you, then somebody ran out of you long time ago. That's not leaving. You can forget. No, it's not leaving. You can forget that. That's not leaving. That's why you best to find something else that's less impactful that you can do and just have fun with it.
But it's crazy though, because you can do other stuff. You be in a movie, business, you can get a big check, whatever it is, you do stuff. Meaningful stuff. Ain't nothing like getting in that ring, ain't nothing like having a mission, ain't nothing like your team pulling up fight week, the pressure, ain't nothing like being in that ring, ain't nothing like getting your hand raised. It's nothing like it.
What you gotta remember though is what you just said is true, but just like I'm trying to get him to understand, it's only a short window for that. Yeah. When that window passes, you gotta let that go. Now you can still do what you do, how you do it, other ways, but that competitive window, it's gonna be very short. When you get to the end of that window, you gotta let that window go. That don't mean you gotta be all the way out of it, but you gotta learn to have sense enough to know that, hey, it's time to stop that now. That window is gone. Your time has came and went. Now, there's other stuff you can do to keep yourself going and happy, whatever you do, but that time, either you caught it or you missed it. Mm. You caught it. Be happy that you caught it. Sit back and look back at how you caught it. Watch people and try to tell them what mistakes not to make that you didn't make, but the ones you saw your friends make. That's why they couldn't get where you got to. So you got to teach the guys under you now how to avoid them them pitfalls. If you do that, that'll give you gratification and satisfaction, and you'll be cool with what you're doing. But if you don't do that, it's gonna make it hard because you're gonna want to say, I can do more. I can do more. Like right now, I know it kill you to see that Bivol better be a fight because you know good and well, if that's all they got, they're not beating you. I don't care, you fought it. They're not beating you like that. You understand me? Because they're going to bring more to the table than they bought. You know? And that's the part that makes it hard. Yeah. You understand me? That's what makes it hard. But at the same time, when we think we can go get in shape, the knees go to tell you, hey, the ankle go to tell you,
They start talking
that
to
back
me.
goes to say, hey, brother.
They start talking to
We've been around too long for this.
I went about 4 rounds a day. Boy, I felt good till that adrenaline start coming down. Boy, that knee started getting stiff. Boy, I said, that's why. That's why.
Exactly right. Exactly
man, right. I appreciate you, man. I love you, man.
I love you too, brother.
Thank
I appreciate
you, brother.
it.
I appreciate you.
I tell you, you're
yes,
my
sir.
brother for life. You welcome me anytime.
Yes, sir.
I told you that. I don't care what it is, you welcome me anytime. I'm sorry it took you this long to get here.
Yeah, I'm sorry too.
You know.
Man, I would say this to y'all, man. This has been a beautiful conversation for me. You get the opportunity, man, to be around your heroes and be around the people you look up to, man. Take that opportunity. I should have did that a lot earlier in life. For whatever reason, I didn't, man. But I'm grateful that Roy Jones is here now. I'm thankful that he's available. And I hope y'all enjoy this conversation, man. It's not always, it's highs and lows in life. It's highs and lows in this boxing thing. And the man that can persevere through it all and get to the other side, man, that's a man that's worth following. That's a man that's worth, your respect. And I got a great deal of respect for this man right here. So I appreciate y'all tuning in, man. We're going to keep bringing this kind of content to y'all. This is another episode of The Art of War. I hope you enjoyed it.
Appreciate you. Already know it, brother.
I've been waiting 30 years to get to Pensacola, Florida.
Time and the place, pick a time, pick you a date. In the city, town, in the state, cages on it.